WG Sports Network broadcast is brought to you by Breckenridge Public Schools, Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Country Financial Agent Casey Formanet, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Ripper Sports Store, High Camp Construction, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, Nodak Insurance Agent Carson Zarek, Optimum Rehab, Otter Tail Power Company, OSPTI, Quality Toyota, Ready, Red River Agency, Red River Grain, Smith Motors, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Superior Builders, Titan Machinery, and Twin Town Villa. Now, here's KBMW's Turner Bluffus.
Hello and welcome to the Red River Grain pregame show serving local farmers since 1986. Turner Bluffus, and we are ready for some Breckenridge Cowboys football. The wait is finally over, folks. We are here for the 2025 season, and Breckenridge coming into this season with some big expectations, a lot of big names back, including a couple guys who have been starters for multiple years. One of them, you can catch it on your screen right now if you're watching on KBMW News Live, David Erlinson front and center. And I figured it'd be kind of fun to bring David's brother Steven on for the broadcast, former Breckenridge Cowboy himself, and 2012 grad along with myself. Better get the year right for us, Steve. I promise I graduated. How is it going today, my man?
It is going great, Turner. It's awesome to be here with you. No other feeling like this first game of the year. Get these first game jitters out and start smacking some pads.
Oh yeah, it's the best time of year for sure, and it's got to be able to or fun to see. Get to see one more brother out there on the field, I'm sure too. So it's gonna be fun to be able to see it through your eyes for sure, and also get a ball carrier's perspective for this game.
Absolutely, the 4th out of 4 and senior year, so we're ready to get kicked off.
For sure. And tell me a little bit about Benson, kind of an unfamiliar foe for the Cowboys, actually coming off of their first playoff win in, I believe I was told, over a decade, and now they're also trying to get their first winning season in many moons as well. So, kind of a rebuilding program. Coached by Brady Dockbach, and actually someone that was actually in our graduation class, a Barnesville graduate. So you guys will definitely see a familiar offense today at the Power T. Tell me a little bit about that offense. I know it's an offense that you definitely have shown some positivity toward in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when the quarterback runs it, the way that many can, being able to hide that ball, kind of the misdirection at the quarterback position is kind of the key to that whole thing.
Gotcha. And a little bit about some of the expectations for Breckenridge. I know we had talked about, and this is a class that you followed for a long time, obviously with David being in it. Tell me a little bit about these seniors, and what we can expect from them, and potentially a special year.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been fun to watch them grow up and change every year as the seasons have gone on, and no other feeling like your senior year and playing with the guys that you've grown up from, like you and I did, from that small age all the way up to this varsity level.
Yeah, and a team that has fallen short of the section championship game the last couple years, and since they've gone to single A, that's kind of the standard. They at least like to get there, and then have a shot at winning a section title. So going to try to get back to that big game. And like I said, a lot of familiar faces. We'll tell you more about them when we get to the starting lineup portion of the pregame show. But I did want to let you folks know. As part of we will also have our keys to the game brought to you by Smith Motors, as well as injury report brought to you by CHI St. Francis as well. We got a lot of good stuff coming your way. Make sure to stick around on the Red River Grain pregame show. Once again, serving local farmers since 1986. Breckenridge Cowboys football coming your way shortly.
Working the land is by nature a dirty job. What fuels me to get it done? The generations of farmers who've worked the soil before me. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, a premium diesel fuel with an additive package that's 40% more effective at breaking down engine deposits. The cleanest fuel yet for the dirtiest of jobs. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact Farmers Union Oil Southern Valley for more information on Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Hyde Camp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wapton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948. Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wahpeton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Egeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
What if you could store heat during off-peak hours when electric prices are lowest and use it when you need it? With a heat storage system, you can. Underfloor systems and other options heat your whole home or individual rooms so you can stay comfortable and save. Plus, they're at least 100% efficient, so no energy or dollars are wasted. With Otter Tail Power Company rebates, now's the time to see how you can store, heat, and save. Go to oppco.com/heat storage to get started.
And welcome back to the Red River Grain pregame show, serving local farmers since 1986, Turner Office. And it is time for your stat report brought to you by the local State Farm agents, Matt and Amanda Frederick. Amanda's got you covered over in Breckenridge, Matt in Wahpeton. And let's dive into it with some statistics from last season. Breckenridge was putting up 25 points a game, giving up 18.7, and they were 4-2 in the section, 5-5 on the year. Well, technically, if you go to the record books, technically 0-10, as those 5 wins were forfeited after J.D. Gomez was deemed ineligible, and as everyone remembers from the basketball season. But 5-5 is what the record was before that, and Breckenridge had 1,645 yards on the ground, 7 yards a pop on the ground for them. Would like to figure out or kind of get the passing game going a little bit better this next year, though, with a 3-7 touchdown to interception ratio and 636 yards in those 10 games. So you can do the math on there. But the graduated seniors include Paul Armitage, as well as Trey Vogelbacher, J.D. Gomez, who we had mentioned earlier. But, David Erlinson coming back had 4 TDs on the ground last year, and I believe caught a couple as well, potentially. Riley Kappas had a few TDs getting some action in the backfield. Lawson Alphin as well with 3 TDs on the year. Cooper Robertson, Gabe Armitage caught a couple. Avery Smith, Jonathan Uncle, and Joey Lopez all got a score as well last season. Got to also make note, David Erlinson was averaging 6 yards a carry, was banged up part of last season in his junior campaign. Cooper Roberts had 15 grabs, 240 yards in his last year. And Cooper, I remember, got off to a really good start to the season. And, maybe we'll get kind of a more complete season out of him this year. I'm excited to see him in that new snappy number 0. I'll tell you more about the numbers and who we're going to be seeing the starting lineups later on. But that was a look at your the first portion of your stat report brought to you by the local State Farm agents, Matt and Amanda Frederick. Let's do some defensive stats for you, as they had 9 fumble recoveries on the year, pitched a shutout, 2 single-digit scoring games as well. Kai McDonald led the team in sacks with 3.5. Levi Christensen right behind him with 3. All these guys back that I've mentioned so far. Henry Sledadall with 2.5. We're going to see him, try to be a game wrecker this year on both sides of the ball in the interior line. Interception leaders, Riley Kappas got a couple of those. JD Gomez as well, who we had said graduated, as did Paul Armitage, who had 1 pick on the year. Aiden Sanchez, we'll see him in the secondary again this year. And that's a look at your State Farm Stat Report once again, brought to you by the local State Farm agents, Matt and Amanda Frederick. And now for our injury report, and for our injury report brought to you by CHI St. Francis. No injuries listed. I would think we do have a couple guys that may be out for the game. I believe I'm usually just going off the street clothes look. You guys know me. I know Jackson Riggs is going to be out of the game tonight, as is Avery Smith. So a couple guys that we're likely going to be seeing a lot more as the season goes on, but they'll be without them tonight. And we'll take a quick break here. Come back with your keys to the game, brought to you by Smith Motors and Wapton, as well as your starting lineups, brought to you by Farmers Heating Oil of Southern Valley. You're listening to the Red River Grain pregame show on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live for the i3G Sports Network.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side. No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, providing grain and agronomy services to help maximize your farm's potential. Red River Grain has been serving farmers for years with competitive prices and high-quality service. Speak to Brad, Carson, or Tammy for all of your grain and agronomy needs. Red River Grain, East Breckenridge, 643-3738. That's 643-3738, or you can find them online at redrivergrain.com.
Make sure your vehicle is road trip ready and save big at Smith Motors in Wahpeton. Receive up to $40 in rebates on select brake rotors and brake pads. Up to $30 in rebates on select wipers. Up to $20 in rebates on select batteries. And up to $15 in rebates on engine and cabin air filters. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wahpeton. For more savings, visit them online at smithmotors.com.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains #1 today.
You know, Mom and Dad's favorite season is autumn. Crisp air, changing leaves, and a cozy life at Twin Town Villa.
That's for sure. Since they moved into Twin Town Villa, the change has been amazing.
Yeah, they're so relaxed and comfortable.
And we've got the peace of mind, knowing that they're surrounded by kindness and security.
That's a great warm feeling as the weather gets cooler.
When the decision moves towards assisted living, fall into caring comfort.
It's not an easy decision, but at Twin Town Villa, it's the best decision all around. No matter what the seasons, you're never alone at Twin Town Villa.
OSPTI promotes specialized and extended training of therapists to better treat orthopedic injuries. OSPTI offers pool therapy to promote early return to activity and sport training, and also can enhance and challenge return to sport conditions. OSPTI promotes wellness progression with aftercare programs and programs open to the public, such as return to sport training, athletic enhancement, adult fitness classes, gym and pool memberships, and aquatic exercise classes for a patient to continue their wellness journey. Start your wellness journey by calling OSPTI today, 218-641-7725.
And welcome back to the Red River Grain pregame show, serving local farmers since 1986. And if we duck out of here really quick, that just means that they're turning it over for the national anthem. But I thought really quick we could squeeze it in. Beforehand, we have our keys to the game brought to you by Smith Motors in Wapton, small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors in Wapton. I'm going to start off with the defensive side of the ball. I'm going to take care of the defense, and then Stephen can throw in some offensive keys to the game. But for mine, it's going to be set the tone with the defensive line, especially kind of Henry Sledadol leading the way. I know I mentioned him earlier on the D tackle spot, blowing the game up. But what do you think is going to be a key for Breckenridge to get off to a hot start in their season opener, Steve?
Yeah, I think it's super important for the offense to get the passing game going early. Riley Kappas obviously got some playing time last year. Not a lot of pass attempts. I think getting him comfortable in the pocket, completing some easy ones early, getting him comfortable to get it downfield maybe later in the game.
Yep, making his first start, and it's on the opening day. And by the way, Riley Kappas voted a captain on this team as a junior. So him, David Erlinson captains, Levi Christensen, and then Henry Sledadol as well. So 4 great leaders on that squad. Expecting big things from them today. And those were our keys to the game brought to you by Smith Motors Wapton. And I promise, once again, I've teased them about 3 times now, but I promise we will have our starting lineups when we return after this national anthem. You are listening to the Red River Grain pregame show on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, all part of the I3G Sports Network.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride, we inspire to excel.
Putting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wahpeton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wahpeton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
What can you do in 30 seconds? Warm up your coffee, tie your shoes, Google, should I get screened for lung cancer? Then actually get screened for lung cancer. If you're a current or former smoker, talk with an Essentia Health provider about your eligibility for a low-dose CT screening because early-stage lung cancer often has no signs or symptoms. Screening can mean an increased chance of successful treatment. Learn more at essentiahealth.org.
Working the land is by nature a dirty job. What fuels me to get it done? The generations of farmers who've worked the soil before me. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Field Master, a premium diesel fuel with an additive package that's 40% more effective at breaking down engine pods. The cleanest fuel yet for the dirtiest of jobs. Cenex Ruby Field Master, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact Farmers Union Oil Southern Valley for more information on Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
And welcome back to the Red River Grain pregame show, serving local farmers since 1986. And it is time for your starting lineups, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, providing superior quality products and services while generating a positive return for their patrons. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. Let's start off with the Benson Braves. Got their offense first with Darren Hippie at quarterback. Cole Olberg will be in the backfield along with Connor Stein. Adrian Young, their other running back, as the entire backfield returns this year. Tanner Nelson and Tate Antlick will be at the tight ends. And then the offensive line features Arnold Stelzer, Caleb Farr, as well as Ben Storling and Eli Jones, Noah Nichols to round it out. On the defensive side of the ball, they go like this at DNs. Mario Alvarez with Caleb Farr. And we also got Arnold Stelzer, Ben Storling at the D tackles. Cole Olberg again, an outside linebacker once again, as is Tate Antlick. Tanner Nelson in the middle. And then we got Adrian Young also in the linebacking core. Apologies, he's the outside linebacker while Tate Antlick's in the middle. Andrew Nissen is going to be at a corner, as is Connor Steen. And then we got Darren Hippie at a safety to round out the starters for Benson. Apologies, looking down at the starters. Lost the team there a bit. But you see the Benson starters, all of you viewers on our YouTube channel, KBMW News Live, you'd like to tune in. And then for the starters for the Breckenridge Cowboys, like I said, you're going to get a lot of familiar names on this. We'll start off with the offensive line. They got Landon Schillinger, a 5'11", 210-pound tackle, a senior, as is Tegan Abel right next to him. He wears number 54, listed at 6'1", 210. Henry Sledadol in the middle, listed at 5'10", 205. Another senior, Junior Tucker Snyder, the only non-senior on the starting O-line, and got some starting experience last year. Wears number 71 for this crew. 6'1", 185 is what he's listed at. The other tackle is Sullivan Michael, and he's 6'3", 205. Levi Christensen, also listed at 6'3", 205 at the tight end position. Cooper Roberts, 6'5", 195 is what number 0 is listed at. Agent 0, I'm probably going to call him that all game. Can't help myself. Charlie Craychaw, 5'9", 165, senior slot receiver. Gabe Armitage in the backfield wearing number 20, and 5'10", 175 is what Gabe's listed at. We're very happy to see Gabe, as he had kind of a nagging injury all baseball season. So we were really kind of worried he was going to carry into the football season. We're happy to see Gabe out there for his senior year, along in the backfield with David Erlinson, who we had talked about earlier. Erlinson listed at 5'10", 205. Riley Kappas at the QB, 6'1", 180. Breckenridge will get the ball to start, so we will see the offense. And I'll kind of fly through the defense a little quicker for you. Apologies. Lost an offense in the secondary with Aiden Sanchez. Oliphant is a senior with Sanchez, a junior in the secondary, and third-year starter in the secondary, I might add. Gabe Armitage at a corner with him. Connor Ernst, Roberts, Tucker Snyder, and Erlinson, the linebacking core, and then Sledadol, Christensen, and also on the defensive side in the defensive trenches, along with Kai McDonald and Jackson Herring. Herring listed at 6'5", 315, listed number 77, the junior is. So nice load there inside. The skill position guys include Charlie Eggeman at kicker, Cooper Roberts doing the punting duties, Levi Christensen snapping it. The holders, Riley Kappas, Lawson Oliphant, and Charlie Craychaw doing the return duties. We got Oliphant back there right now, along with Craychaw, as we had mentioned. Also, I believe number 23, like I said, we're still early in the season. I'm going to say it's Joey Lopez back to return. Start off the 2025 season. Breckenridge Cowboys, Benson Braves. And the kick is off. And it's going to be fielded by Oliphant. The deep back is going to go up the right sideline for a solid return. It's like down at about the 30-yard line. And it looks like a little bit of a different kick return formation this, Steve. Kind of looks more like the one we'd seen from Lopton in past years, if I remember correctly, where he kind of got the two little mid-returners and then one behind them, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, probably to try to prevent some squib kicks kind of into those soft areas of the return team, and then you got your main returner back deep. So
I always remember it because they would never kick it deep to Ryan Smith, so they would always have to kick it to the short return man. So it was like an automatic get it at the 20. Breckenridge coming out with a shotgun set. One running back next to Riley Kappas, but looks like we got a delay, maybe in equipment time. As one player is going to have to come out. That's Andrew Nissen to exit the game. And by the way, we got a new segment on here to open up the games. It's the Grouper Sport Group Fit Check. Got to commend the, talk about how much I love these jerseys on both sides. Breckenridge rocking the whites with the green, I believe the green on the side of the pants going up the stripes. Black helmets as they motion Gabe Armitage across. Kappas hands it off to David Erlinson. Erlinson getting through for a nice game to start it off. About 8-yard pop.
Yeah, nice push there by the offensive line. David found a little seam, was able to run through an arm tackle and fall forward.
Setting up for a 2nd and 2. 2nd and a long 2. Erlinson in his 3rd year starting in the backfield. Started at linebacker as a freshman, so in his 4th year handling the defensive duties. Once again, 8 yards on his first carry, sets up 2nd and 2. Trips left. They're going to hand it off to Erlinson again. He's got room to run, throws a stiff arm. He's got a lot of room to run by now. Sideline. He's going to get tripped up. Inside
Just
the
got
20.
ankles. Nice run, another nice bounce by David, and good blocking up front to make it all happen.
David Erlinson poised for a monster senior year potentially, and right there, gets 43 yards added to it. So 2 carries, 51 yards to start off the year, and into the red zone we go. Your red zone sponsor with Breckenridge 19 yards away from pay dirt. Riley Kappas motions Lawson Oliphant to his left and 2 other players to the right. He's going to fake the handoff. Kappas keeps it himself, jukes past 1 player, and then gets tackled at the waist. It's going to move the sticks, though. Cowboys having no trouble moving the ball to start this game off.
Yeah, nice little misdirection, couple fakes, and Riley slashed right up the middle for a nice gain there.
And inside the, let's see where they roll him down at. The 9. So a gain of 10 for Riley Kappas on his first carry of the season. David Erlinson back into the game at tailback. He is to Riley Kappas' right. Pair of a tight end and a wing to the left. Both receivers to the right. They're going to fake or not go with the sweep. They're going to hand it off to Erlinson, who's trying to weave through the traffic. It's a medium-sized gain. And get to a gain of about 9 for Erlinson. And I believe they need 3 yards to get in for 6. So 2nd and 1, but they need 3 yards to get into the end zone, correct?
That's what it looks like to me, Turner. Must have been a first down on the last play.
Yep. So let's see, a gain of 6 on that play for Erlinson. And Riley Kappa is going to keep it himself on the off tackle on the right side. First points of the season.
Right on schedule for the Cowboys. Nice push there again by the offensive line. David leading up the hole and Riley finishing it off.
We got 6 rushes on that drive, and all of them were 6 yards or more, with the exception of that one that was 3 yards. But that's just because they ran out of real estate running into the end zone. And handling the extra point duties, we got Charlie Eggman, number 33. Getting called on to try to make it a 7-point lead. And he puts it through. Eggman makes it a 7-0 game with 9:22 left to go in the opening quarter. Opening drive sees Breckenridge get on the board. You are listening to Breckenridge football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live for the I3G Sports Network.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wapton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948. Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Breckenridge strikes first to get on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. They lead 7-0 here against Benson. 9:22 left to go in this opening quarter, and Breckenridge will kick it deep. They're going to take it out. Try to go on the near sideline and a nice hit there. Looks like that was number 7 laying the boom there. I believe that is Jordan Kappas. I know the numbers were a little off here, so we're double checking here. I think that was Jackson Lopez, actually, number 7. So 7-0 score once again on your Carlson Family Insurance score.
Yeah, great opening drive there from the offense, and let's see if the defense can shut them down and get the ball back.
And the Breckenridge defense, kind of, once again, I know we had already talked about all the guys that they were returning, as we're also trying to get the scoreboard updated. And once again, we got the power T offense for Benson. They're going to go with the off tackle run, trying to go to the right side. Levi Christensen over there on the tackle. And that was Adrian Young on the rush.
Yes.
Just got back to the line, it looks like.
Super important when you're facing this offense to trust your reads, do your job, don't try to do too much. And if everyone does that, you can make good things happen.
And they got the 3 running backs lining up. Very close by the quarterback, who's actually going to be throwing it here. Looking down the field to toss it, and nobody around. Lawson Oliphant, the nearest man. The safety, it looks like they were looking for Adrian Young on the toss.
Yep, Levi Christensen bringing the pressure there. I think the quarterback felt it and kind of just threw it away more than anything.
And look at that. I fixed our scoreboard, so we're all good here. Apologies, folks. Whenever you hear me go quiet, it's probably because something is getting fixed. So it's not very often that I'm not saying something. So back into it, 7-0 ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 8:37. Let's go in this opening quarter. 3rd and 10. They're going to go up the middle and none doing. Henry slid it all there to help out. Levi Christensen getting in on the tackle. And it looks like they just got back to the line again. And I want to say that was Connor Stein on the rush.
Looks like they're keeping the offense on the field unless they just don't substitute for their punt team.
Might be that way. And then you never know if you run into one of the rugby kick teams as well. Kind of set up like they're in a normal formation, but it looks like they'll be in a punt set.
Yep, that's it.
And handling the punting duties is going to be Connor Stein. 7-0 Cowboy lead against the Benson Braves here in Benson. And the punt is going to be short and not fielded. I feel like if something's ever going to go wrong in the first game of the season, it's almost always on a punt. You know, whether it's the snap or someone not knowing they're supposed to get away from it, someone not knowing they're supposed to go to it. You know, it seems like if something's going to go wrong here, and you also got to factor in sometimes you're bringing in some subs. You know, that's just part of as someone who used to come in on the punt team and forgot to go in one time because I didn't know it was 4th down. I know how it goes. So 1st down for the Cowboys as they look to together their second scoring drive. They'll take over at their own or at the Benson 43, working on the right hash. Riley Kappas got the first touchdown of the year. And Kappas looking left. He's actually going to look deep for Charlie Craychaw, but he's going to overthrow him. And I overshot him as well on the camera. So we're not in midseason form yet, folks. But looking deep for Craychaw. And you'd rather see an overthrow than an underthrow, Steve.
Absolutely. Especially when he's got the guy beat like that.
Mm-hmm. Charlie Craychaw. Another one of my relatives on the team, as if I didn't have enough of those. And cousin that hopefully is going to emulate this year, our cousin Easton Urbis. No, he's going to make sure to potentially make an appearance on our running back pod that we're making, or that we're debuting tomorrow for our Twin Town Breakdown. So guys will have to tune in for that after the sports show. And David Erlinson takes the handoff, and Erlinson is going to be falling forward for a gain of, we'll call it 15. And it looked like when he got to about the yard to gain, it looked like he was going to be kind of set, but all of a sudden he still pops up for another 4 yards. And we got 80 yards for Erlinson on 5 carries so far. Your brother's usual mathematician here. What do we got that at, Steve? Is that 16?
It's more of the math guy. So I'll have to get the calculator out on the phone.
I'm 90% sure that's 16. My Breckenridge math's holding up, but not too bad for your first 5 carries. We'll see if Lawson Oliphant gets a carry here. He gets his first action. Actually, David Erlinson's going to go join him in the backfield. They'll hand it off to Oliphant. Goes up the middle, and now he's going to bounce the outside to the right side. He's going to go up the right sideline, and that's 29 yards for number 28. He is in for 6.
Wow, nice play. Nice play, nice run by Lawson. Ran through a few arm tackles, and he is fast when he gets going, I tell you what.
And that one looked a little bit, kind of more patient than I feel like Lawson of past years. I know we're just basing this off just one run, kind of watching his O-line do their thing right there. But I kind of liked how we got to see him kind of negotiate that and then kind of move out to the right side with the TD. And just like that, Breckenridge is up 13-0. 6:53 left to go in this opening quarter. Charlie Eggman trying to make it 2 for 2 on the year. And he does. 14-0 is your score. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Breckenridge Cowboys football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live for the I3G Sports Network.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Welcome back as Breckenridge is now up 14-0 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, and a very nice run there from Lawson Oliphant. What are some things that you thought the offense has, kind of, or what do you think you've seen from the offensive line so far, Steve, that they've been able to set the tone in this game?
Hey, it all starts up front. You'll hear that from about any running back ever. Getting holes like they're giving today is the key to pretty much every game.
And Stein with the return. Fields it about inside the 5, and white jerseys abound. Lawson Oliphant laying the wood on that one too, and this is a little running thing of mine that I have. I call it like the touchdown riding that wave theory, where if you're in the kickoff team after your touchdown, I think that there's about a 25% increase that you're going to get the tackle. I say this every year, and it almost always happens the first game. But Lawson proving me right, as you guys have to put up with at least about 20% nonsense in the broadcast, 80% some good Breckenridge football. So I told Steven no laughing on the broadcast, but here we are.
Breaking the rules on.
Rules about to be broken, I'm told. But Benson's got 87 yards to hit Pater. I believe they got 1 yard on the last drive, so gonna try to improve on that. As they're gonna go with a toss out to the right. Breckenridge trying to keep it inside. Riley Kappas was at least, but still able to get around the corner. Lawson Oliphant coming to help out. Tucker Snyder coming to get a pop over there by the sideline. Snyder actually a skill position guy until a position switch last season. Looks like they were able to get about 7 yards on that one. On a nice toss play. Gonna have to double check the rusher on that one for the 6-yard gain. And as we had said, Benson rolling with the power T offense. And that's their biggest run of the day. That 6-yard scoot over to the right sideline. Motion a man out to the left side. They're going to go toss left this time around. And they're going to look to get to the corner again, potentially get into the sticks. Looks like they got the first down.
Yeah, it looks like a first down turner. They tried running up the middle a little bit more that first drive. Not a lot of luck. And now they're trying some edges. So we'll see if the Cowboys can adjust and try to contain them a little bit more when they're running outside.
5-yard gain to move the chains. And that was Stein on that rush. Now to the 23-yard line, the Brave 23, I should say. And I remembered I'm the camera guy. Motion a man over to the left side of the formation. Now they're going to go with a little trap handoff up the middle to Young. Breckenridge stacking that up. And maybe got a yard or two, cloud of dust. And Young able to actually get about 3 on that one. So nice little, getting a little push here from the offensive line after not being able to kind of get out of the mud for the first drive. 2nd and 7, 6 minutes left to go in this opening half in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge with Riley Kappas and Lawson Oliphant already making their way to the end zone for a touchdown apiece. And they're going to throw a pass and a nice stick there by Oliphant, but a very nice pickup. Going to be short of the first.
Yeah, nice pass there by the Benson quarterback. Good catch, Lawson right there to hold him short of the sticks. And let's see if we can get off the field here on 3rd down, Turner.
That was a nice pop from Lawson, for sure, flying around from that free safety spot. You always feel bad for the free safeties who can actually lay a little bit of thump because they don't get enough action back there.
Yeah.
When you get free safeties that kind of belong at free safety, sometimes you're just like, oh, buddy,
All Hawks.
I don't get too much action back there. But Lawson's a guy that I feel like would be playing linebacker on a lot of other teams, but gotta love that speed. And you gotta love Henry Slidell. Did we say in the pregame he was going to be a game wrecker this year? How about a quick little suplex for a TFL? My apologies. The TFLs did not make the Breckenridge Cowboy record book. I fell short there. My bad, guys. I don't know why they weren't putting the tackles in the articles in 1970, but I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. But you guys will have to settle for TDs. Maybe we'll see another Breckenridge TD here. They'd love to get one on the special teams as Charlie Craychaw is going to come into the game. We lost an Oliphant. Hopefully, Oliphant's not banged up, but it looked like he was calling for a break.
And it looks like they're going.
Oh, and actually, Barnesville, maybe even going to call the Barnesville offense, but Benson is going to actually go with the toss, and looks like that's Edge, strong as Mr. Hunter would say, and going for it on 4th down. I said maybe we're going to get a punt return touchdown. No, they said let's get a defensive one instead. With 4:06 left to play, Gabe Armitage. Were we just talking about how excited we were that Gabe was able to come out for his senior year? Oh boy. Talk about getting the payoff there. Call that about 20-yard, scoop and score roughly.
I would say so, yeah.
We'll just go with 20 to be safe. But
we can check it later if we need to.
Oh yeah, well we can go check it on the tape. I know a guy who's filming the game supposedly, but with 4:06 left to go in this opening quarter, Breckenridge up 20-0. Just like that, and Eggman looking to make it 21-0 as he's 2 for 2 so far. And now is 3 for 3 as we got a 3-score ball game right out the gate. And Breckenridge beating up on Benson so far. You are listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, part of the I3G Sports Network.
Are you back? Dr. Tony Eggman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need.
What if you could store heat during off-peak hours when electric prices are lowest and use it when you need it? With a heat storage system, you can. Underfloor systems and other options heat your whole home or individual rooms so you can stay comfortable and safe. Plus, they're at least 100% efficient, so no energy or dollars are wasted. With Otter Tail Power Company rebates, now's the time to see how you can store, heat, and save. Go to otpco.com/heat storage to get started.
And welcome back to Benson, Minnesota, where the Breckenridge Cowboys have been feasting to start this ball game. Put together a couple good scoring drives, and then a scoop and score by Gabe Armitage is the latest Cowboy TD. 21-0 right off the bat, and Benson returns this one to about the 25.
Yeah, the Cowboys are clicking on all cylinders here early. Offense, defense,
And
scoring on both sides of the ball.
and going for it deep in your own territory on the 4th and 4, and you already know it's risky, but
I thought they may be trying to draw them off sides.
how was that? Yeah.
Surprised when they actually snapped the ball.
Breckenridge able to capitalize on the mistake. Gabe Armitage, his first TD of the year, and just have to settle for an interception instead. So the second turnover forced in the last minute. Cooper Roberts making the grab, number 0. The best number 0 in school history, by the way, if you guys didn't know, because he's the only one. But very excited to see number 0 come down with that one.
Yeah, you see more and more guys wearing number 0 now. Now that who would you say is the first either even NBA player to that's where in the starting?
Arenas is my agent 0 pick for sure. Trying to think of Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard's probably better than Gilbert Arenas, but I feel like Gilbert Arenas is like the original 0, but I'm probably forgetting somebody. But it's my pick at least. And looks like Breckenridge is missing a lineman. Typically, a team will have 5 in the sport, but looks like they were short a Kai McDonald, but they'll work all that out. Breckenridge up 21-0 with 3:55 left to go in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This timeout brought to you by High Camp Construction.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you all with a simple, easy, and because line or at every windshield is the only price. That way we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and you're to be covered at all an accident. What coverage is the? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 64623. Red River Agency Incorporated.
And welcome back. We got a 21-0 ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, and Breckenridge will take over on the Benson 29 after a Cooper Roberts interception, and Breckenridge had to actually call a timeout because they were missing a lineman, and now the official will take time. I think he's making sure the ball's in the right spot. I love a diligent, efficient, and we are on the way. Riley Kappas looking deep again. He's got a wide open receiver, and Cooper Roberts got his first pick of the year. Said, why not my first touchdown while I'm at it? Breckenridge now up 27-0 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Riley Kappas with his first scoring strike of the year. I think he had 1 or 2 last year. Should have that on hand, but
yeah, great
29 yards scoring strike for Cooper Roberts.
Great ball there from Riley Kappas. Looked like a little miscommunication in the secondary. He was wide open, and Cooper hauled it in for the touchdown.
And only the second pass attempt, as Charlie Craychaw did something similar when he was able to sneak behind the defense. 29 yards for that TD. And Eggman is going to have his first miss of the year, but there is some laundry on the field. And it looks like it was on the kicking team. It was on Jackson Herrig. So they were going to, did he not miss the kick? Oh, was it a false start?
Yep.
Apologies,
start,
guys.
yep.
I'm still learning the sport. But 27-0 is your score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard after the false start. Charlie Eggman will get a chance to stay perfect on the year. Eggman. Waiting on the snap. maybe just a hair high, but he's king of the day. Following up his first miss with maybe his deepest boot, but 28-0 is the score with 3:49 left to go, and you heard it right, the first quarter. You are listening to Breckenridge football on B92.7 FM.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, providing grain and agronomy services to help maximize your farm's potential. Red River Grain has been serving farmers for years, with competitive prices and high quality service. Arsenal, Tammy for all of your grain and agronomy needs. Red River Grain, East Breckenridge, 643-3738. That's 643-3738, or you can find them online at redrivergrain.com.
92.7 is ADMW Breckenridge Wahpeton. All the hits from 2 p.m. today.
And welcome back to Benson, Minnesota. Breckenridge with a 28-0 lead here in the opening quarter against the Benson Braves. And apologies, looks like we're having just a couple connection issues just with our audio, so apologies with that, but we'll do our darndest to make sure we're not bumping the equipment too much. And kicking it deep. And this will be fielded by Young. He's got a good head of steam. And he's got a Remo. Young's got one man to beat. Charlie Crenshaw is going to have to try to take him down. And he's going to go up the left sideline for Benson's first points of the year. Benson scores from, call it 85? It's my guess.
Yeah, that was a deep kick. I'd say about 85 yards.
Adrian Young getting his squad on the board, trying to provide a spark. Comes with 3:44 left.
If Benson's going to get back in this game, they're going to need plays like that to kind of swing the momentum and
it's always good if you can call on the special teams for some points. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Looking for the extra point. Benson is going to go for 2. And after picking the handoff, QB keeper, and it is going to get taken down in a hurry. Slide it all back there to help out, but...
And Levi Christensen looked like
Yep.
he was back there as well.
So Benson gets on the board. 28-6 is your score. You are listening to Breckenridge Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live per the I3G Sports Network.
Make sure your vehicle is road trip ready and save big at Smith Motors in Wahpeton. Receive up to $40 in rebates on select brake rotors and brake pads. Up to $30 in rebates on select wipers. Up to $20 in rebates on select batteries. And up to $15 in rebates and casters. Only Smith Motors, your certified GMC dealership in Wahpeton. For more savings, visit them online at smithmotors.com.
And welcome back to Benson, Minnesota, where the Braves gotten on the board with an 85-yard kick return. And that was a good job catching that in stride by Adrian Young and taking that for 6. The left sideline. And now Benson is going to look to try to come up with a stop and make sure to get that score updated shortly. And now this one will be returned by Lawson Oliphant. Oliphant going up that right sideline again as same route he took last time around. 28-6 score. And the Cowboys have so far gotten their offense going with 3 scores, and actually none of them coming from Robinson, surprisingly, at this point, as we were kind of expecting, them to kind of go with them early and often, but everybody else has just been so dynamic. It's like, yeah, might as well spread the wealth.
Spread the ball around. It's awesome to see a bunch of different names scoring and getting in the end zone.
Yeah, what is the usual the line of thinking? Because I like to talk to coaches or guys who played, and it's like we like to get our 4 guys the ball like within the first 10 plays or something like that. So it's kind of always interested to see what the philosophy is. As David Erlinson's going to get another toad here. It looks like a gain about 5 on the play. Sets up second and actually 6. And that is the 6th rush of the day for Erlinson thus far. He's gotten 6 of the 9. Riley Kappas took one in from 3 yards out, and then Lawson Oliphant broke free for the 29-yard scamper. 29 yards was how long Cooper Roberts' touchdown was as well. And it looks like Breckenridge. Oh, actually, a timeout going to be taken by Benson. This timeout is brought to you by Highcamp Construction. You are listening to Breckenridge football on P92.7 FM. Cowboys up 28-6.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains number 1 today.
You know, Mom and Dad's favorite season is autumn. Crisp air, changing leaves, and a cozy life at Twin Town Villa.
That's for sure. Twin Town Villa, the change has been
They're so uncomfortable.
and we've got the peace of that they're surrounded by kindness and security.
That's a great warm. There gets cooler.
When the decision moves towards assisted living, fall. Comfort.
Decision. But at Twin Town Villa, it's the best decision all around. No matter what the season, you're never alone at Twin Town Villa.
And welcome back after that Highcamp Construction timeout. Breckenridge up 28-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. A little misdirection here, but Benson sniffs that one out. Lost an Oliphant. Took the misdirection on the left side, but Benson was not fooled. Camping out there waiting for him to come on by, and Oliphant is stuck for the gain of nothing. So it sets up 3rd and 6. First real 3rd and long for Breckenridge today. They'll come out with a pair of receivers to the right, tight end and the wing to the left. Running back to the right of Kappas. It's David Erlinson in the backfield. They'll fake the handoff. Kappas under duress, but is able to get rid of it. And looks like Levi Christensen is going to move the sticks.
Yeah, nice play there by Levi. Levi just picking up the first down. A little behind him. Nice adjustment. And moves the sticks for the Cowboys.
It's like a 7-yard gain. And apologies that I wasn't able to get the interview going for head coach Carson Yagi, but I had some stuff to edit in the audio. Like my kid kept screaming in the background of it, but I didn't have time to edit out some stuff beforehand, so I saved you guys all the Paw Patrol lore. But but one of the things that Carson Yagi was talking about was how Levi Christensen is kind of the reliable safety blanket, for Riley Kappas, and he kind of showed it right there. He's under duress. He got it over to Kappas, and this time they're gonna go with looked like it was almost like an RPO there, almost with Kappas going over to the right, Erlinson hauling over to the right, kind of being the diversion.
Oh, we got a flag down on the field, Turner.
All right. And we'll see if that's going to be coming back. Oh. They got the refs mic'd up here?
Yeah, they sure do.
High school do
Hear
this.
him up here, that's for sure.
I know the Breckenridge faithful probably aren't excited about me getting enthused about a penalty, but
They only turn them on when Breckenridge gets a. It's the penalty.
we got to get the fans into this. That's our Cowboy penalty. So going on with the receivers, we got Gavin Hoppert split out along with Cooper Roberts. And I like the little, even a thank you from the official. I can't get enough of this. This is awesome. But feels like football season. Apologies, we didn't have the camera on them. Let's get into it. Kappas Awaiting the snap out of the gun, he'll hand it off, and Erlinson shot out of a cannon. Nobody's catching him. David Erlinson for his first score of the year.
Right on cue, Turner. You called it.
54 yards out. Or my apologies. I thought maybe the scoreboard guy isn't keeping up, but I think it was at the 46. But I'll call it a 54-yard TD. And David Erlinson, we were talking about how we wanted to see the speed maybe take a jump this year because he's kind of got everything else taken care of. But breakaway speed was kind of the last ingredient there. And oh boy, did we see it there.
Yeah, I know that's something David has worked hard on in track throughout the season or throughout the summer, and got to flash a little bit of the breakaway speed.
We're still in the first quarter, folks, and it is about to be 35-6 potentially as Charlie Eggman is now 5 for 5 on the PATs in this opening quarter. You're listening to Breckenridge Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, part of the i3G Sports Network.
It promotes specialized and extended training of therapists to better treat orthopedic injuries. OSPTI offers pool therapy to promote early return sport training and also can enhance return to sport. OSPTI progression with aftercare programs and programs open to the public, such as return to sport training, athletic enhancement, adult fitness classes, gym and pool memberships, and aquatic exercise classes for a patient to continue their wellness journey. Start your wellness journey by calling OSPTI today, 218-641-7725.
And welcome back as Breckenridge now up 35-6 in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Yes, you heard that correctly if you're just joining in. 35 points thus far for the Cowboys. And we still got 107 left in this first quarter. And thank you very much to Tom Thielen for passing this on because I never know what the officials are doing. But if the Cowboys carry a 35-point lead in the halftime, both coaches can agree, not required, to play a 2-minute third quarter, followed by the usual fourth quarter under the running clock. Thank you for the info, Tom. I really hope they don't do that. But 2 minute, I see how that would be necessary, though. If it's like a 70-point game, 2-minute third quarter, that makes sense. So this one's kicked out of bounds, penalty on the Cowboys. But thank you, Tom. Very much appreciate that. Thanks for watching. And make sure to get that score updated as well as it's kicked out of bounds. We'll see if they're going to have Breckenridge re-kick it. And they're going to re-kick. And Breckenridge, oh, sorry, Steve. Put your mic on there. How you doing?
Good, doing good. Not a bad idea there by Benson. That's the only team they've scored on so far as a kick return. So
Had the hot hand.
That's right.
They got Young back there again. We'll see if he can make it 2 kick returns in the same day. They trailed 35-6. Breckenridge getting 3 of their touchdowns on the ground, 1 defensive score, and then Cooper Roberts hauled in a TD pass as well. So it's Breckenridge early and often here in the season opener in Benson, Minnesota. About a 90-minute drive for the Cowboys, and they clearly got off the bus ready to rock as they kick this one deep again. Stein's going to return this one, kicking it away from Young, probably the right strategy. He's going to try to go up the right sideline, and I always have a kind of a golden rule of kick returner. I hate when you stop. I know when you got to make guys move and miss them and whatnot, but kick returners, I think are the only ones who should never stop when they're moving, but it is what it is.
Yep, the kickoff team's still coming fast, so you're not getting away from anyone there.
Well, my whole thing is you might get lucky. You may as well just keep going straight. You know what I mean? Someone might, a lane might open up that you don't know about. But if you stop, all of a sudden everyone's going to catch you from behind. It's kind of where I'm at. So even if it doesn't look like the best idea, just try to go north and south as much as you can. I've returned 4 kicks in my life, so I'm not exactly the expert on the situation here. But off tackle handoff on the right side, and Riley Kappas with a nice stick on the edge. And Kappas actually wasn't starting on the defense in this ball game. Thought they were going to maybe try to take a little bit off of his plate as the QB, but he must have had the itch, wanted to get out there because we've seen him on most of the drives. Better double check. I know Gabe Armitage was supposed to be starting at a corner, unless that was supposed to be Riley in there. No, he's over there on the edge. Trying to figure out Aiden Sanchez's out there. Who are we missing? That's okay. I'll figure it out. 25 seconds left in this opening quarter. It's the opening quarter. Just about 18 seconds left. Benson. This offense keeps having me say Barnesville every time I see this power T. As we got a fake handoff, roll out to the left after Breckenridge was able to make a move, and I think that was Connor Ernst with the pursuit there. Ernst, who's been a lineman the last couple of years in this Breckenridge program, in his first year getting a skill position number, and that's some good pursuit there from the linebacker for the nice tackle. But that'll do it for the first quarter, and Breckenridge off to a 35-6 start here. You are listening to Cowboy football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, part of the I3G Sports Network. We'll be back in 60 seconds for your second quarter.
Just a monthly payment to you? If so, remember why it's to protect the life you love. Choose a company that sees you more than a policy number. When you work with a Country Financial rep, you get more out of your insurance. More personalized home and car coverage. Protect what matters most to you. More guidance without all the industry jargon. And more confidence that a real person will show up if something goes wrong. I'm Casey Formnak, your country rep here in the Wahpeton area. I care about people. I'll take the. I can help protect you. Call me at 701-353-6071. It's more. That's 7-353-6071.
Home insurance policy issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Current Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Now's the time to get those orders in at Gripper Sports Store. Ask about hats and the sublimation they can offer to make sure your baseball or softball jerseys have never looked better. Or maybe you need some summer apparel for your business. Gripper Sports Store has you covered there as well. Stop into Gripper Sports Store on Dakota in Wahpeton.
Sometimes it pays to have all your eggs in one basket, especially if the eggs need to be insured by a company you can trust, like Nodak Insurance Company. The more you insure with Nodak Insurance, the more you save. Protect your home, vehicles, business, and everything you care about at a price that won't. Ask Carson Zarek about multi-line discount. Give him a call at 701-642-9251. Nodak Insurance Company. 8 answers.
And welcome back. It is time for your second quarter as the Breckenridge Cowboys off to a hot start in their season opener. 2025 campaign watches them put 35 points on the board in the opening quarter. So they just keep this up. They can hit 140, and that's what we put them at for this first week. I think we set the over-under at. I'm just kidding. But as we had talked about, there is a new running clock rule that could potentially come into play, that if it's a 35-point game at half, they could do a 2-minute third quarter. Both teams agree, not required. Thank you again to Tommy T. As we got another off-tackle run. Charlie Craychaw shooting in for the leg tackle. And looks like Young is going to get about a gain of 6 on the play.
Yeah,
So
that felt like a long first quarter, Turner. It felt like a whole half, a lot of action.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think they do running clock in the first quarter, but crazier things have happened. Excuse me. 35-6 score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. We got touchdowns from Riley Kappas, Lawson Oliphant, Gabe Armitage, Trevor Roberts, and David Erlinson as well. And now a false start as well for the Benson Braves. And Braves are flustered. Trying to work on it a little bit here. And I know this. I just had a talk with Coach McCall, formerly Coach McCall, Mike McCall over in Wahpeton, and we had been talking about his wing T era, and he was talking about all the things he really liked about it, and then he goes, "It's hard to play from behind, I will admit," and I think about that with this offense as well. Just the style, the heavy runs. It's just how obvious it is when you're going to a passing play. It's just it can be a little tricky. A problem is amplified, I guess I would say if you're going to go with that play style as oh boy, Lawson Oliphant playing with fire there. A little close on the action, but do have some laundry on the field. Let's see what that's going to be on. Oh, dude. And the nice thing is they're going to explain it to us too. It's a good setup.
It's like surround sound. Very loud.
We set the bar a little too high here in week 1 for how we gotta have our penalties given to us. I'm gonna have to learn the signs next week. That's what I don't like. All right, looks like that's Aiden Sanchez getting tagged with the block below the waist. So Breckenridge will get backed up a little bit here. Not the end of the world. When you're up 35-6, can have a little bit of wiggle room, but definitely something that head coach Carson Yeage's gonna be trying to clean up as they're going on, because that's kind of what happens when you get off the big leads. You have to start, instead of really working on things, you gotta kind of fine tune, I guess I would say, or kind of tinker a little bit. But
focus on the little things.
Yep. Try to see what we can get a positive takeaway in this game, and we're gonna go with another single back look. And gotta check the number of who we got back there. It looks like it's going to be, I believe it's Joey Lopez getting his first rush of the day. And we'll see, they give him a yard or 2 on that one. Lopez has got some good speed, another track athlete. Hopefully going to be seeing him play some point guard this winter as well. Look at me, it sounds like I'm wishing time away in the season opener for football. Disgusting. I'm one of those guys who my favorite seasons, whatever we're in, right?
Yeah, it's fun to see these guys compete every fall, winter, spring, no matter what they're doing.
For the 3-sport athletes, you guys are good kids. I dipped out of my sports. I wasn't ready for that 3-sport commitment, but Riley Kappas gonna roll out to the left and was looking for Connor Ernst, and I was just talking about how he used to be a lineman and kind of set him up for that one, it looks like. But I see where they made the with the mistake on the roster. Is that what you were talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. On the roster for Benson, everyone after 10 is incorrect, but easy enough to figure out. 3rd and 8 for the Cowboys. Rare 3rd and long. Last time they got him one of these, Levi Christensen came through to move the sticks. We'll see if they're going to go his way once again. And they're going to go to David Erlinson, looking for some room to run, but the Braves in hot pursuit. Benson comes up with their first defensive stand of the day. Erlinson actually lost a yard on the play.
Yeah, you're ready for that one, Turner. That was the best I've seen them defend the run all day.
Oh, they were swarming. I got the the funny thing is English just works out like this sometimes. I got my color guy on here, which is fitting because I got to call on you for some advice for your colorblind fellow broadcaster here. But red for Benson, what kind of a red would you call it?
I would say it's more of a maroon and gold.
Okay. So this is how you see I struggle. Maroon, because that's what I was kind of feeling with, but I didn't want to go with my gut feeling.
All right, I'm good for something, I guess.
Cooper Roberts could boot that one straight up, potentially onto the track over here, but Benson will benefit for some field position, and we'll see if their offense can take advantage with some great field position. Offense hasn't put any points on the board yet, as their lone score came on a kick return. Jackson Herrig coming back out to help out this defensive interior. Kind of get different flavors from him and Henry Sledadall. You get Jackson Herrig kind of taking care of the lanes, trying to stuff as much as he can, and then you have Henry Sledadall blowing up stuff in the backfield and using that athleticism. So quite the duo there on the interior.
Yeah, Herrick's done a nice job of just clogging up the middle, making them at least try to run around the outside and
It's a perfect D tackle to have against an offense like this, that's for sure. And they're going to go off tackle once again. And we got Sledadall getting in on the tackle, as was 51 Kai McDonald.
Your guy Kai.
My guy Kai. My second favorite Kai, unfortunately. By my son, of course. And Benson coming out for a 2nd and 8. The 2-yard rush, and Benson, tough sledding so far in their season opener. Now it's 2nd and 8 with 7:54 left to go, and a misdirection handoff, and Levi Christensen with a nice pop there. One of those things where you'd think if there'd be a freeze frame, like you're probably wondering how I got in this situation, as he tries jumping over a teammate and getting drilled in the air by Levi Christensen. Ouch. That's why they make the numbers real big on the front, so they know what they hit. Levi Christensen, one of the senior captains on this squad. It was so fun to get him out on the field last year after he had to sit out due to transfer rules his sophomore year. And he's been a blast to cover, both in football and basketball.
Yeah, having a nice game tonight, that's for sure.
We talked about the last Erlinson, the last Christensen as well out of that bunch. And we got Young going off tackle again. He's got their lone score of the day. But as I was talking about with Levi, how many of his brothers I've gotten to cover, but Jonah was kind of a lot like him as a blocker. But Jonah was playing on the O line there. I'm sure he would tell you he could have been a great tight end in another life. I'm sure. But Jonah will probably tell you the same thing. But both of those guys were offensive linemen, and then Noah was a tight end as well. While he was in football too. So Levi carrying on that tradition, I guess. Either way, fun to cover across the board. Shout out to Luke and AC as well. We got to get all the siblings in there, as we're going to go with a little swing screen over to the left, and Breckenridge, not fooled by that one. Swarming over there with Christensen, McDonald, Aiden Sanchez, the first man on it.
I got 54 Tegan Abel also.
Tegan Abel, yep. I'm kind of seeing his name a little bit more, to start this one off. He had a really nice junior year, and kind of one of the more fun guys to watch on defense in my book. So we'll see if we kind of get to see a little bit more Tegan going forward here. One of the veteran offensive linemen on this team as well.
Yeah, him and the rest of that offensive line doing all the dirty work on every one of these big runs. So,
and apologies, didn't even realize the turnover on downs, but we'll take it.
Oh, neither did I.
Breckenridge offense out there. I was like questioning my reality for a second there, as they're going to go with a quick pass out, but Kappas is going to try to catch it. Actually caught a break by not catching it. I like the idea of making sure nobody intercepts it, but
yeah, I think you just got to knock it down if you're Kappas there.
Yeah, I'll take you going for the catch over letting someone else grab it though. You don't want to look like Cam Newton in these situations either,
Yeah, absolutely. Who was that? Lamar Jackson a couple of years ago that caught his own pass and ran for.
Do you know Brad Johnson did that when we were but lads? I remember. Yeah, I think my cousin Corey Krejci, I think that is like the greatest NFL play that has ever happened in his book. I remember him raving about it. Watching his son Charlie split out wide here, along with Cooper Roberts. And they're going to fake the handoff to Lawson Oliphant. Riley Kappa is going to bounce off one tackler, try to get to the edge on the right side, but Benson's defense showing some life here. Kappa is only going to get a yard or two on the play.
Yep, Benson didn't look quite ready for Breckenridge's physicality early on. Looks like they've adjusted a little bit, maybe made some substitutions, doing a lot better job here in the end of the first quarter into the second quarter.
We'll see what Breckenridge has for their 3rd and 8. Last time they had about a 3rd and 6. They went with a run with Erlinson. They got trips right, so we're going to see if they're going to try to cause some confusion there with the secondary. And Kappas is going to toss it up, and it's going to be picked off. Was looking for Benson or whoever was over there, and it is going to be returned to near the 20. So first interception of the season for Riley Kappas. And one of those situations where kind of nothing really going on and trying to force it and lobbed it up there and kind of left it for an easy grab for the man in the secondary. And they're going to start this drive just knocking on the door of the red zone.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to run like a little swing route or maybe even a hook and ladder, and it just wasn't there. And I think in that situation, Riley just needs to just throw it into the dirt and
or tuck
it and run and give himself a chance for
it almost
first down.
It almost looked like that's what the play was lined up for him to potentially run it if he didn't have it. But just trying to make something out of nothing and backfired on that one. Now they trailed 35-6. We got a timeout on the play. Benson making sure they got everything lined up before they end up backing up the drive. But we got a 35-6 score once again. This time out brought to you by Highcam Construction. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Breckenridge Football on B92.7.
Superior Builders is a proud sponsor of tonight's Breckenridge baseball game. Brian Bernardes and his team of building pros are ready to meet your needs. Superior Builders of Wapaton has served farmers, ranchers, commercial businesses, and home builders throughout North Dakota since 2005. With a focus on providing economical, durable, and aesthetically pleasing pole buildings, Superior Builders has built a reputation for quality work and satisfied clients. Contact Superior Builders today to get started on your dream building by calling 701-238-7740.
Putting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
And with 5:08 left to go in the second quarter. Benson taking over with some great field position. They got 22 yards. They hit pay dirt. And they got a QB keeper coming on the left side. Had just a mob of blockers. Aiden Sanchez over on the tackle. Aiden, another guy who's going to be a 4-year starter by the time it's all said and done. Here in his third year, starting in the secondary as a junior. 2nd and 8 with 4:39 left to go in this first half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys are on the verge of potentially being shut out in the second quarter after a monstrous first quarter where they just put 5 TDs in the end zone, but we'll see if they're going to be able to, kind of get back to what they were doing as Hall says, let's take this back a little bit here with a sack.
He has been a monster today, Turner. It's been fun to watch him chase these guys around and make some big plays in the backfield.
You think if you saw him on the street, he's a nose guard? He's like in pads, he looks like a nose guard, but I feel like if I ran into him on the street, I think he's a middle linebacker. Like maybe at a different school, different group, maybe he's a middle linebacker. I don't know. What could have been?
And I think that speaks to his toughness out there on the field, and he really gets the job done inside.
Yeah, it's a guy who can kind of control the game for sure. Since they got them both literally lined up in the center at the D tackle, I'm sure it gets to be a real intimate matchup if you run into someone else who's also matched up there. And we got a toss to the right. He's going to try to cut it up here. Breckenridge doing a good job forcing him inside. I think Cooper Roberts over there.
Yeah, Cooper
set
Roberts.
The edge.
Yeah, set the edge, and Levi Christensen looked like made the tackle behind him.
That's going to set up a 4th and long. Actually lost about 6 yards on this drive. 4 yards. Make sure to give Sledadall credit for his sack. Got to at least get those. along with his TFL he had earlier, but those are tough to keep track of because there's so many times where guys get stacked up and I don't write it down. All of a sudden I look up and it's like 3rd and 12. Oh, Sled almost got a sack on that one too. Christensen applying the pressure. They're going to toss it to the end zone on the right side, and it is going to be dropped. I actually thought he held on to that for a little bit there. Charlie Crayjaw on the coverage. Lawson Oliphant, Connor Ernst.
Yeah,
And
nice,
that'll
nice
turn
job
it
by
on down.
Charlie. Big play, go up and knock it down and get the ball back to the offense there on 4th down.
Credit to the quarterback giving his receiver a chance to make a play there. Obviously, didn't work out how he wanted, but we got Breckenridge taking over on their own 26. They got 2:35 left to go to try to get some more points on the board before halftime. See what their plan is to start off the 74-yard stretch. Kappas. David Erlinson to his left. He'll hand it off to Erlinson, and not a bad idea. Erlinson trying to hang on to it. Moving the pile by himself, it seems like. Gain of about 6 or 7 on the play. I'll give him about 6. Sets up 2nd and short 4. 2:05 left to go. Kappas gets a snap, hands it off to Erlinson again. He's got a very nice lane to run through, and then bounces it out to the right side, gets run down. A very solid gain.
Yeah, he hit that hole hard, made a move downfield. You get sick of tackling a guy like that.
For
having
sure.
to do it over and over again.
Looks like a 18-yard gain. I'll give him. And into Benson territory on the Brave 48. Apologies. 2 receivers out to the right. Lawson Oliphant now taking over the tailback duties. They'll fake the handoff to him. They're looking deep. Riley Kappas looking to find Cooper Roberts and almost picked off on the fly route on the right side. Trying to get it down to his 6'5" receiver.
Yeah, you had the height advantage there. Riley just underthrew him a little bit, and if you're going to miss, I'd like to see that ball missed on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Because they were kind of going step for sure, but also, like you said, got to get that outside, and also got to give credit to the student section that just caught my eye a little bit over there because they were so in sync with the cheerleaders. Good job for them, and looks like they got good numbers for cheerleading squad this year too. So credit to Breckenridge activities, all the athletics, all the good stuff. We're gonna motion a couple men over, Lawson Oliphant over to the left side. And Gabe Armitage is going to fake the jet sweep, and Riley Kappas looked like he was about to break through for a giant gain, but he's going to get tripped up at the feet. Kappas going to be 2 or 3 yards shy.
Yeah, shoelace tackle there. He might have went all the way if he would have got out of that one.
Sets up a 3rd and 2. And Lawson Oliphant is going to be able to get the first down and then some. Let's see where they down him at. Looks like it's. We give him a gain of 6 on the play. For Lawson Oliphant, his 3rd carry of the game. Hard to top that first one where he broke free for a 29-yard TD. Been a little confusion there, or think the play was dead. Am I crazy? He just rocketed that at the lineman.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to stop the clock then. Little wake-up call, maybe.
I had a teammate, Casey Materi, punted the ball into our teammate Cody DeFreeze's back, and there was like scream. Oh, this is a cold thing too, of course.
Everything gets a little worse when it gets chillier.
It's the worst when you're. I remember one of our teammates, my man Alex Bankin, his arms turned purple during that playoff game that was like during a blizzard.
Or getting your foot stepped on by a 250-pound
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
That's the worst.
That is tough in the cold. Feels like you're on skates. You're like, what are we doing out here? Motioning, or thought a man was going to be motioning. Riley Kappas looking to the left side, pumps. We're going to throw it deep, and he's going to overthrow his man. Looks like he's looking for Crenshaw again. 39.5 seconds left. Breckenridge with a 35-6 lead here on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Neither team has scored here in the second quarter. Breckenridge looked like they were going to try to set a school record in the first quarter with how many points they were putting on the board. Still technically on pace for it. I believe 62 is the record. Since 1970, that is. So that's always the big caveat. I hope the 60s were a prosperous decade, but I didn't go that far back on my record book quest. But Riley Kappas looking left, tossing it down the field, and nobody there. And another incomplete pass will set up 4th and 10. Kappas and the Cowboys. We'll see what they got to try to take one more stab at getting some points on the board. They got Roberts split out to the right, Crenshaw to the left. Erlinson in the backfield, tight end Christensen, and Gabe Armitage to the wing to the left. Timeout taken by the Braves. We'll take a very quick timeout with them. You are listening to Breckenridge Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, all part of the i3G Sports Network.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
What can you do in 30 seconds? Warm up your coffee, tie your shoes, Google, should I get screened for lung cancer? Then actually get screened for lung cancer. If you're a current or former smoker, talk with an Essentia Health provider about your eligibility for a low-dose CT screening because early-stage lung cancer often has no signs or symptoms. Screening can mean an increased chance of successful treatment. Learn more at essentiahealth.org.
B92.7 is KBMW Breckenridge Wahpeton. All the hits from 2 p.m. today.
And welcome back as the Breckenridge Cowboys have a 4th and 10. They're up 35-6. 34.5 seconds left, and Riley Kappa is going to call his own number and showing some patience there, and it's actually going to get close to it.
Very close, Turner. Looks like he might just be a little short.
And it looks like it. So Kappas, after a couple long balls, he's going to come up a couple yards short here.
That's the right call going for it there, Turner. Around the 30-yard line on try to score before half.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Benson come out and just take a knee and take into halftime, and we're not going to have to worry about a 2-minute third quarter because it's not a 35-point deficit. Once again, a new rule for Minnesota high school football where if it's a 35-point game at halftime, both teams can elect to play a 2-minute third quarter. So that will not likely not be the result here, pending another scoop and score maybe, but I'd be surprised if we just see Benson kind of just taking this to the locker room, but instead maybe they're going to try to bust off a long run. And it looks that way. Yeah, I was getting embarrassed when I watched the wrong guy. I was watching Young. I was like, why is nobody tackling him?
Yeah.
Well,
they can see it better than us.
Yeah, yeah.
I was fooled there also.
They got a better view than we do as we get a nice TFL there for the Breckenridge defense again, and we'll take it into halftime with the Cowboys leading 35-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Take a quick break, come back with your halftime show brought to you by Minn Kota Ag Products. You are listening to Breck Football on B92.7.
Working the land is by nature a dirty job. What fuels me to get it done? The generations of farmers who've worked the soil before me. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Field Master. premium diesel fuel with an additive package that's 40% more effective at breaking down engine pot. Cleanest fuel yet for the dirtiest of jobs. Cenex Ruby Fuel Masters, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact Farmers Union Oil Southern Valley for more information on Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wapton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948. Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wapton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wahpeton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Egeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
What if you could store heat during off-peak hours when electric prices are lowest and use it when you need it? With a heat storage system, you can. Underfloor systems and other options heat your whole home or individual rooms so you can stay comfortable and safe. Plus, they're at least 100% efficient, so no energy or dollars are wasted. With Otter Tail Power Company rebates, now's the time to see how you can store, heat, and save. Go to otpco.com/heat storage to get started.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or at every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side. No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, providing grain and agronomy services to help maximize your farm's potential. Red River Grain has been serving farmers for years with competitive prices and high-quality service. Speak to Brad, Carson, or Tammy for all of your grain and agronomy needs. Red River Grain, East Breckenridge, 643-3738. That's 643-3738, or you can find them online at redrivergrain.com.
And welcome to your halftime show brought to you by Minn Kota Ag Products. Breckenridge Cowboys up 35-6 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And we'll take you through the scoring real quick here to let you guys know how we got to this result as Breckenridge jumped off to a 35-0 lead to open this game up. Getting the first touchdown of the year was Riley Kappas, capping off a very nice drive with Breckenridge moving the ball at will. Punched in from 3 yards out with 9:22 left in the opening quarter. And then it picked up a little bit. A few minutes later, lost an all-up broke free for 29 yards for a touchdown. Charlie Eggman making it a 14-0 game with the PAT. Gabe Armitage with the first defensive score of the season. Scooped it up from 20 yards out on a 4th down rush from Benson. And then literally 25 seconds of game time later, is that what it comes out? No, 17 seconds of game time later, Cooper Roberts holds in a 29-yard grab for a touchdown from Riley Kappas. And then an 85-yard kick return by, double check that first name, Young. I think it was Ryan, but I don't want to get it wrong. As
Adrian Young.
Adrian Young for an 85-yard kick return touchdown. 2-point conversion was stuffed, and then David Erlinson getting his first touchdown of the season, breaking free for a 64-yard rush. 35-6 your score as a result. That came with 1:07 left in the first quarter. Nobody scored since. David Erlinson up to $151 already. On only 10 carries here in the first quarter. Bulk of that coming on 2 rushes, 64 yards on one, 43 on the other, but not really getting bottled up very much anyways, because he's getting like 8, 9 pops on a lot of other ones. 14-yard run in here, so he's been dominant so far. 5 carries from Riley Kappas. I got him down for 31 yards, so 6 yards a pop ain't bad. And you're getting over almost 12 yards a rush from Lawson Alphin. I got him for 35 yards on 3 carries. Joey Lopez with 1 carry for 2 yards so far. And then through the air, I got Riley Kappas 2 for 7 on the day with an interception and 36 yards. Cooper Roberts, as we mentioned, holding that 29-yard TD. And then Levi Christensen getting a grab as well. By the way, Roberts also had an interception in the first half, as did Sledadall. And, my apologies. Henry Sledadall had a sack in the first half, and I got to show some love to a guy from
Armitage, I think, right?
yeah, Gabe Armitage with the fumble recovery. Yep. Got to make sure to get that one in there. I didn't see who forced that one, so apologies. But getting the interception, I believe for Benson. I got to double check the number on that one. I believe
Was it no?
I think it was number 8. I feel like Chase Baker potentially. I'll double check the number because I'll know when I see the player. But I know that Breckenridge has forced 2 turnovers. They have 1 of their own coming on that Kappas interception, of course. But what are some things that you saw from Breckenridge? Let's focus primarily on that first quarter that helped them be so explosive to open up this season.
Yeah, I kind of touched on it earlier, Turner, with how physical Breckenridge came out of the gates, which is exactly what you want to see. First game of the season, the guys are amped up, ready to go. Offensive line was controlling the game early, and then you had David, Lawson Oliphant hitting some big runs, along with Riley.
Yep.
And then after they kind of sucked him up into the box a little bit, was able to air it out and throw a touchdown to
Cooper, yep.
Cooper
I
Roberts.
kind of like when you see some teams that will use their QBs kind of as like the in between the tackles kind of guy. Get other guys out on the edge. That's something that we've seen from Riley that I really like on some of these these fake jet sweeps and go with a QB blast up the middle. What are some things that you like about how they're kind of schematically lining things up? Because I think this offense is pretty similar to last year, if I remember correctly. Correct?
It seems like it. At least the formations are a lot the same.
Yep.
I like how they're running that power to the strong side, behind Levi, behind Ernst, pulling some linemen, Tegan Abel, who's the backside guy, Kruger.
Yep.
So those guys are doing a great job. And then Riley keeping them honest. If they do overflow, he keeps it. And Snyder,
Snyder, there we go.
Snyder, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
And
I was pretty sure that's you, but I wanted
the
to double check.
backside.
Yep. And tell me a little bit of some of the things you thought that was kind of a big key to the defense as well so far in this game, Steve. Maybe obviously they haven't given up any scores. That 1 touchdown was on special teams, so they've been solid. But I don't really know if I would say as dominant as we saw when we started. I mean, they were forcing turnovers left and right, so they kind of set the bar maybe a little too high. But what did you think you saw from the defense that you liked?
Yeah, I mean 3 and out, fumble or forced fumble, interception. it's hard to keep that pace the
I'm
whole game.
I'm nitpicking.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think you see Benson subbing a little bit more, trying some different things, trying to get something to stick on the wall. So um, I think Breckenridge is adapting to that a little bit, and they're hitting some plays here and there, but nothing that's hurting them too bad. And that's really what you want to see out of a defense, kind of bend, don't break, and they're not bending much, Turner.
Yep, and I know we had talked about this during the broadcast. We're going to talk about him so much this year. You guys are probably going to get sick of it. But what did you like that you saw from Henry Sledadall that kind of jumped off the screen for you?
Yeah, he's been a monster on defense and on offense, making plays in the backfield left and right. One sack on the board, which you had mentioned earlier, and he's just been super disruptive, which is what his job is there. Along with Herrig, like you said, was taking up a lot of space, really bottling up that triple option offense, and really stopping it before it gets going is kind of the key because they're all lined up so close together.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Lawson's looking to be 100% over there. I think he might just been getting stretched out potentially, but I know he got maybe a little banged up earlier in the game. That's a big thing. You always want to come away from these games as healthy as you can. But maybe we'll take a quick break here on our Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. I'll come back with a couple keys to the second half. You are listening once again to Breckenridge football on B92.7 FM. Cowboys up 35-6 at half in Benson.
Make sure your vehicle is road trip ready and save big at Smith Motors in Wapaton. Receive up to $40 in rebates on select brake rotors and brake pads. Up to $30 in rebates on select wipers. Up to $20 in rebates on select batteries. And up to $15 in rebates on engine and cabin air filters. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wapaton. For more savings, visit them online at smithmotors.com.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains number one today.
You know, Mom and Dad's favorite season is autumn. Crisp air, changing leaves, and a cozy life at Twin Town Villa.
That's for sure. Since they moved into Twin Town Villa, the change has been amazing.
Yeah, they're so relaxed and comfortable.
And we've got the peace of mind, knowing that they're surrounded by kindness and security.
That's a great warm feeling as the weather gets cooler.
When the decision moves towards assisted living, fall into caring comfort.
It's not an easy decision, but at Twin Town Villa, it's the best decision all around. No matter what the season, you're never alone at Twin Town Villa.
OSPTI promotes specialized and extended training of therapists to better treat orthopedic injuries. OSPTI offers pool therapy to promote early return to activity and sport training, and also can enhance and challenge return to sport conditions. OSPTI promotes wellness progression with aftercare programs and programs open to the public, such as return to sport training, athletic enhancement, adult fitness classes, gym and pool memberships, and aquatic exercise classes for a patient to continue their wellness journey. Start your wellness journey by calling OSPTI today, 218-641-7725.
92.7 is KDMW Breckenridge Wapaton. All the hits from 2 p.m. today.
Back to the Ag Products halftime show, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Journal Office, joined by Stephen Erlinson as Breckenridge has built a 35-6 halftime lead here in Benson. And 5 different guys getting in the end zone for Breckenridge to start off this ball game. And they got off to a very hot start and maybe cooled off a little bit in the second quarter. Neither team putting any points on the board in the second quarter. We'll see if they're going to be, kind of maybe getting back to their first quarter ways here when we open up the third. But figured we do, kind of revisit the keys of the game, brought to you by Smith Motors in Wapaton once again. And earlier in the game, I talked about the D-line. I'm kind of setting the tone and getting off to a good start there and helping kind of, make things difficult on this Benson offense. And I would like to, it seems that they came through there. So I'm trying to think of something that is going to be my newest nitpick for the for the defense on what I'm going to need to be doing them on. Can we revisit yours as well and tell me how it went?
For the goals of the game.
Yeah. Thinking of the passing games.
Yeah.
Passing TD in there. So
Passing TD in there. 2 for 7, but been efficient with picking up a big first down
True.
to Levi Christensen, moving the chains, and then also obviously the touchdown to Cooper Roberts. We haven't needed to throw the ball a lot, so which is a good thing,
yeah.
obviously. So
Any other year, I kind of have kind of gone into it with a expectation of it's fine if we don't if the I think your brother went the wrong way there. Yeah, there we go.
figuring out how.
You guys got to see that on the videos here. That was fun. But it's going the old way. That's what we used to do. We used to run around and loop back. So he had this he thought he had it down, but that cracked me up. But um I think in most years, if your quarterback throws maybe just a handful of TDs on the year for Breckenridge, that's it's not the end of the world. We're running team anyways. We got here, we didn't even need to, but I think a little bit after last year, I think it's going to be a little bit more of a priority than just kind of how the struggles kind of hampered them throughout the year last year. Trying to get the passing game going at times and just never finding the groove. So I think that's a little higher on the to-do list this year, but I could be wrong. But so tell me a little bit about how you think that's going to kind of open things up. If they can kind of get it clicking here in the next few weeks here and maybe make some things happen this year, Steve.
Yeah, I think obviously just spreading the ball out, being a balanced offense. It doesn't have to be 50-50, but at least having that air attack as a threat is super important. Keeps the box a little bit lighter. You don't have 8 or 9 guys packed in there. And I think Riley will do that too. This first game of the year, made some nice throws, just missed on a couple to Charlie Krejci just by a step or two. And I think as the year goes on, you're going to see him completing more and more and more of those passes, and the sky's the limit for these guys. So
Yeah, gotta make it the emphasis early because I've seen how many teams, like not just Breckenridge, but just a lot of teams that have never really had a passing presence, and then they get into kind of a tricky situation at the end of the year, and all of a sudden the passing game kind of starts to actually bail them out of it a little bit, and it's like if you guys would have just kind of been a little more on top of that early on, maybe you wouldn't be in this situation kind of thing. So I could tell that. I mean, having a former quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in school history to do it as your QB probably helps a little bit here. So Carson Yagi gonna be doing some of that mentoring with Riley Kappas throughout this year, and like we had said, they got a big lead right now, so maybe they're not going to be slinging it like crazy here in the second half, but we shall see when we loop back. We'll take another quick break here to wrap up the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. Your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. We'll be back with more Cowboy football on B92.7 FM.
Is insurance just a monthly payment to you? If so, remember why it's really there to protect the life you love. Choose a company that sees you more than a policy number. When you work with a country financial rep, you get more out of your insurance. More personalized home and car coverage to protect what matters most to you. More guidance without all the industry jargon. And more confidence that a real person will show up if something goes wrong. I'm Casey Formnak, your country rep here in the Wahpeton area. I care about people in this community, and I'll take the time to get to know you so I can help protect you and your family. Call me at 701-353-6071 to experience more. Again, that's 701-353-6071.
Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the second half. I'll do it for the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. Once again, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Breckenridge with a 35-6 lead as we open this up. And Benson will get the ball to start the second half. Cowboys march down the field on their opening drive. It's about a 70-yard drive.
Yeah, I believe Benson won the flip and elected to defer. And one thing you learn as a captain, never say the word kick. So if they defer, you take the ball. Don't let the word kick come out of your mouth at any time, because then you might be giving up an extra offensive possession.
Yep. That's was that what got Jair Alexander messed up?
I can't remember.
Yeah. I can't believe he's on the Ravens now. I hate that I have to. That's my little side team. I think it's okay to have an AFC team. Like you don't cheer for them if they go against the Vikings, but I think it's fun to have an AFC team too. And I guess he's on mine now, so I'll roll with it. But Eggman, on the kickoff duties, and he'll kick it deep again. Kid's got a boot. It's gonna get scooped up near the goal line. Maybe not advisable, and that is wise. It gets tackled about inside the 10. Looks like Joey Lopez, the first man there. Turn on the Jets.
That's what you love to see out of that kickoff team.
Yeah, it's
flying down the field, a lot of white jerseys.
Yeah, we just got to have some fun playing some bullet. That's the best place to be.
Absolutely, party at the football.
I always felt bad that I always got to be the one having all the fun, and I would get next to the contained people, and they would like pretend they're having fun. You know, I'm like, yeah, you here.
Yeah,
You're the guy who saves us from giving up a touchdown. So you're like,
you got to have someone to blame if they do get past you.
you know what? You're never gonna have fun out here, but one time you're really gonna save us. I think is the job. And they're going to try to go off tackle to start this one off. And I know we had been talking about Jackson Herrig on the inside of the D line, but you football fans watching on the broadcast right now can kind of get a good glimpse of how difficult it is to move him for this Benson offensive line. Just kind of stands in there and just plants himself like a tree as we got a cramp. And oh boy, going to do my darndest not to bring up any jinxes here in week 1 of a Breckenridge football game where things typically tend to happen, but we'll take a commercial break here to dodge that jinx. You're listening to Breckenridge football on B92.7 FM. Cowboys up 35-6. 11:30 left to go in the third quarter.
Now's the time to get those orders in at Gripper Sports Store. Ask about hats and the sublimation they can offer to make sure your baseball or softball jerseys have never looked better. Or maybe for your business, Gripper Sports Store has you covered there as well. Stop into Gripper Sports Store on Dakota Avenue in Wapaton.
Sometimes it pays to have all your eggs in one basket, especially if the eggs need to be insured by a company you can trust, like Nodak Insurance Company. The more you insure with Nodak Insurance, the more you save. Protect your home, vehicles, business, and everything you care about at a price that won't break you. Ask Carson Zarek about multi-line discounts. Give him a call at 701-642-9251. Nodak Insurance Company. Agents with answers.
We're 5-6 score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, and we just had a cramping player, and I think Henry Sledadall might be cramping himself too. I think he came out of the game as we got a pass down the field and a nice little smack there, but another completion. Aiden Sanchez popping the pads.
Yeah, Aiden's a good matchup for just about any guy. He's got the height and the length to deal with some of the bigger, maybe slower guys, but can also stay with some of the quicker guys as well.
And it's one of those things where I'm still getting into the flow of the season of judging where the like yard markers are and stuff. So when the QB gets deeper, I think it's actually like kind of a deep pass. That was a really nice play by Aiden. Right away, I was like, why are they like happy about this? But then I realized it was only like a 2-yard gain. So 3rd and 5. 35-6. Breckenridge up on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And QB keeper going to the left side, and Breckenridge not fooled. And getting on the tackle, I think Gabe Armitage over there helping out. And whenever you play this this offense that rarely splits out any wide receivers, it's kind of tricky sometimes to even figure out who the corner is. All of a sudden, I'm like, are you a D end or a outside linebacker? You're a corner. Oh,
Yeah, not your typical offense you'll see week to week, but
a lot of guys in the box, and we'll see what we got for this 4th and 2 as they're going to keep being aggressive. QB sneak up the middle. And Cowboys trying to stuff it. Looks like it's going to be kind of right at the line of game. Breckenridge says they got the stop. Let's give him the signal. Give him the signal. And Breckenridge ball. And another one of the tough gambles here, deep in own territory. And I know you get some of those coaches with the philosophy of the never punt coaches, where they tell you the percentages, it's kind of gonna turn out this way anyways, but I don't know if I've ever been able to embrace that philosophy, but especially running a pretty much just running only offense.
Would probably be one of the first things you'd guess as Breckenridge lines up there.
As Riley Kappas working out of the gun with a man to his left, and they're going to do a QB sweep to the left side. David Erlinson leading the way, and Erlinson throwing a nice block here, and Kappas is going to go in untouched. 18 yards. Didn't even realize they were in the ready red zone, but Riley Kappas with his second TD of the day. And he got the first one on the opening drive as well. Actually, almost lined it up time-wise, just 2 seconds off. He had the first one with 9:22 left, 9:24 on this go-around. Our first point since the first quarter.
Yeah, I didn't see who the receiver was on that side, but he did a nice job of holding his block.
And Eggman looking to stay perfect, and he does.
He's been money today.
Apologies out of the frame a little bit there, but we got a 42-6 lead for Breckenridge. You are listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, part of the i3G Sports Network.
Sometimes it pays to have all your eggs in one basket, especially if the eggs need to be insured by a company you can trust, like Nodak Insurance Company. The more you insure with Nodak Insurance, the more you save. Protect your home, vehicles, business, and everything you care about at a price that won't break you. Ask Carson Zarek about multi-line discounts. Give him a call at 701-642-9251. Nodak Insurance Company. Agents with answers.
And welcome back after that 19-yard run from Riley Kappas on the QB sweep. He got a 42-6 ball game. Charlie Eggman. It's going to be one of our rare kicker player of the games if he keeps this up. 6 for 6 so far.
Yeah, something that, I mean, we've mentioned him on every PAT, but he's done a nice job on kickoff here, putting it deep, and he's, like you said.
He's giving it deep.
Yeah.
I think sophomore too, I believe. If you want to check
Let me check.
Check the somewhat accurate roster. Let's hope that didn't get messed up along with all the other all the numbers. But
I am unsure of this.
Oh, and potentially the second big play from the kick return team here. As they're in Cowboy territory past the 40. Eggman stop.
Exactly.
Well, he's fired up.
Absolutely. Little Pat McAfee action there.
Right away, I was like, "Oh, buddy, it was just a big return. We shouldn't be too happy about it." But it's kicker, so the kicker always gets to celebrate the tackle, especially if you potentially keep a touchdown off the board. And we'll see as they start off just shy of the Cowboy 35. So the kickoff coverage. Okay, if we're gonna say there's one thing we gotta work out a little bit here. I'll be the boogaboo for now, it looks like. And you slid it all back in the game. Happy to report. Making the stop.
Tegan Abel in there also. I think he subbed in there on defense, or he's been rotating in today.
Yeah, I think we got our other Kappas as well. Jordan Kappas, a sophomore, getting in on the action. And I think I'll have to double check this, but I want to say Eggman might actually be a junior. Someone can text me if I'm wrong, but apologies. Not bad numbers though for the Cowboy roster. Grades 9 through 12 as we got some play action looking down the field, and it's going to be caught by Young for the touchdown. 33 yards to Adrian Young. 8:26 left to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, Adrian Young's kind of been their bright spot today with a couple touchdowns. They have him listed as just a sophomore as well, Turner.
Oh, wow. Bright future. Good size for a sophomore. We'll see if they're going to be trying to go for 2 again. I believe they did on the last time they were out. And after that 33-yard scoring strike, 8:26 remaining. Got a 42-12 Breckenridge lead. Head coach Brady Dockbakken. Going to stick with the offense. Power T formation. And they're going to go off tackle to Young, and Adrian Young in for the 2-point conversion. And we got a 42-14 Breckenridge lead with 8:26 left to go in this third quarter. You're listening to Breckenridge Cowboys football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, all part of the I3G Sports Network.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge pride. We inspire to excel.
And welcome back. We got a 42-12 score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Or 42-14, apologies. And Benson booting this one deep. It's going to be dropped by Crayjaw, but he's going to scoop it up, try to go right, and Crayjaw with some room to run off the right sideline. And ooh, maybe a horse collar there. There it is. Lost an Oliphant, apologies. Scoop it up, and Oliphant is going to draw the personal foul. Those are always dangerous. Good to take care of that. So 15-yarder. And that might bump them into just shy of Benson territory. Breckenridge will start this drive on the Benson 46. And in the backfield for the Cowboys, Lawson Oliphant. Lined up to the right of Kappas. 8:18 left in this third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. First play is a handoff to Oliphant on the left side, and what a bunch of room to run. Oliphant did get touched, he was about 20 yards down the field.
We do got some.
And another penalty. And I didn't see what happened. I was in my blind spot here. I don't know if you caught that, Steve.
We got one past or back by the line of scrimmage, and then one down by where looked like after the play even. So I'm not unsure what what happened.
Potentially
there.
gonna offset here, maybe.
Little extracurriculars.
Yeah, it did look like it was at the end of the run there as well. And I don't know if Lawson got up a little hot because he was the one taking a shot, or if he was the one maybe dishing out some damage. I'm not sure, but both on the offense. So a holding penalty on Gabe Armitage, and then tacked on as an unsportsmanlike on Lawson Oliphant. Lawson Oliphant maybe still a little testy after getting ripped down by the horse collar. Just a play or two before that. So we got a second and super long. We'll call it right now. Sheesh. All right.
Yeah, moved them way.
So we were at the 46, and now we're at
25 yards back from there.
oh my, 35. Yeah. So Breckenridge now back to their own 35. And we'll see what they have in store for this play as they gotta double check the yardage here. There we go. On the 35. First and 29, as we get into so often. As Riley Kappas trying to throw it to Cooper Roberts, making a very nice grab, and he makes one miss. He's going to try to go up the sideline. Tackle out of bounds, Cooper Roberts.
Yeah, getting a big chunk of those yards back right away, Turner. Nice catch and run, a little yards after catch.
Gotta love that he knows what to do with it after he catches it, too. Nice little quick hands there to make the grab, and like you said, getting a bunch of those yards back. Right back to where we started. So a gain of 20 on the play. That was the second catch of the day for Roberts. He's got 49 yards on those two grabs. This time it's going to be David Erlinson. David Erlinson slashing through the defense. Made it about 10 yards before he got any contact. Can hear Coach Jordan Christensen cheering on Teagan Abel there. Saw some good things on the blocking. Let's
Yeah,
see where they ended up.
from first and 29 to first down in 2 plays is
Not too shabby.
not too shabby.
So 10-yard gain there. Erlinson. It's up to 161. So that's 10-yard carry. Breckenridge once again leading 42-14. Another Riley Kappas keeper looking for his score of the day. Makes a man miss. And he is through the fence for a 36-yard scoot. Second of the half, third of the day.
Nice hole and hit it hard, and I don't know if he got touched. I think he broke a guy's ankles down the field a little bit there and scampered in.
36-yarder. And Charlie Eggman with another chance to shine. Once again, third score of the day for Riley Kappas. Charlie Eggman, 33. A little bit of a low snap, but a beautiful boot. Shades of Gustav Breakfast Eriksson, my man Goose. But we miss Goose. Hopefully you're still tuned in for the Cowboys games, my guy. But Breckenridge now up 49-14. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
Breckenridge up 49-14 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And now we got another flag on the play on a kickoff. And on the tackle, I'm going to say that's Hunter Bogenreef making the stop. Blocking the back. And Hunter Bogenreef, a sophomore on this team, as I had mentioned. That'll back up Benson even more. The Braves got their first offensive touchdown of the season on their last drive on a strike to Adrian Young, same player who already took a kick to the house. Here in the third quarter, 6:45 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And now we got a timeout taken by the Cowboys. Timeout brought to you by Highcamp Construction. Breck still up 49-14 when we come back. And you're listening to Breckenridge Cowboys football on B92.7 FM. Also tuning in on YouTube at KBMW News Live.
What can you do in 30 seconds? Warm up your coffee, tie your shoes, Google, should I get screened for lung cancer? Then actually get screened for lung cancer. If you're a current or former smoker, talk with an Essentia Health provider about your eligibility for a low-dose CT screening because early-stage lung cancer often has no signs or symptoms. Screening can mean an increased chance of successful treatment. Learn more at essentiahealth.org.
Working the land is by nature a dirty job. What fuels me to get it done? The generations of farmers who've worked the soil before me. What fuels my equipment? Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, premium diesel fuel with an additive package that's 40% more effective at breaking down engine water. Cleanest fuel yet for the dirtiest of jobs. Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact Farmers Union Oil Southern Valley for more information on Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
And we're back as the Benson Braves looking to improve on their last drive by throwing a corner route, but good coverage there from Aiden Sanchez. Looks like the intended receiver was number 18, Tate Antelick, senior tight end for their squad. See if they even have a wide receiver on their roster when they run an offense like this. It does not look like it. Not a one. Yeah. I know you like this. I know you like this offense, Steven, but no bueno.
It's too many in the box for me, I think.
I hate it. It's just so repetitive. Yeah. I know when it's run really well, it's fun to watch. Like, give me that Breckenridge offense that had Gavin Peterson, at fullback. I'd love to see them run an offense like this, but yeah. If Breckenridge was running this, I'd be writing anonymous complaints to the Yankees inbox. What are we doing, Cars? The product of the game. Like,
Some teams are running a form of this where they're having more of like a power I triple option where they're spreading it out a little bit more, but still kind of that same misdirection,
yeah.
hide the ball kind of type looks.
I'd probably be okay with that. That would at least look a little more aesthetically pleasing to my eyes with this 3rd and 7 coming your way. Benson faking the handoff with a naked bootleg out to the left side, and it's going to be a close play over there. And we got another flag. We'll see if it's going to be a face mask on one end. It could be on Sanchez or it could be on the offensive player. I believe if you're kind of ripping up and down, that's when they get you. Usually, if you just kind of keep your hands flat, you should be all right. But we'll see if we got a horse collar or a face mask potentially coming.
Yeah, naked bootleg there. My Grandpa Al Dosh special with the naked bootleg. They used to run that a lot back when he used to coach.
It looks like it's going to be on Sanchez there. That'll move him. Keep it moving. Yeah, it's kind of a lost art for him, the naked bootleg. We don't see a lot of those anymore, it seems like.
Keeps him home on the backside.
Who's got my favorite one? I don't even know if this counts because it was such a trick, but it was Peyton Manning. That one that clip of him doing it with the Broncos where he's just walking like an old man speed. Love it. Also, the one time the Chiefs had a really cool one with Alex Smith, I remember. I feel like before he got hurt in a playoff game after not running him all year.
It makes it that much sneakier when it's a guy you don't expect to
Yeah,
do it.
I was like, Andy Reid, you're a genius. Like, he needs to hear that. But we got a first down for Benson on a QB keeper. And I'm sure a lot of Breckenridge fans see this type of offense and they see a QB kind of just take off like that. And maybe think of Adam Tunsfeld. I remember covering him in some really good Breckenridge, in a couple really good Breckenridge battles.
Yeah, I feel like OTC would run something similar to this also with the quarterbacks around the outside. Kind of when you least expect it.
Yeah, they never had any wide receivers split out either. I forgot about that. That is too much in the box, but I do enjoy that we can usually zoom in on the camera, which I probably should have been doing a little more today. But first broadcast of the year, we're still working out some kinks, folks. And we got some subs into the game, by the way, so we'll try to shout out some guys as we make our way through here and hope we have the right ones. We got
Looked like Tucker Snyder again, kind of just driving his blocker back in and tripped up the runner.
I think I saw Miles Anderson out there, number 12.
Yep,
Someone
some
can correct me if I'm
faces.
wrong.
Yeah, you got it.
Let's see, 58, 56. Well, I believe 56 is Rylan Davis. 58, Landon Schillinger, so he's been in already, but getting some defensive work today. And then Snyder, we're here on the edge. We've already seen him on both sides of the ball. Outside linebacker for the Crew. Oh, there's that naked bootleg again. Snyder right on cue. Had to be ready for that one, but they're going to throw it down the field, and 4 Cowboys players in the secondary trying to run that one down. They said, we're not getting beat deep again. We're all on this.
Gavin Hoffert, another new face out there. I think. Or I don't know if you said him or not. Sorry, I was.
I knew he was getting some tick on offense earlier.
Yeah, he was out there on the coverage as well.
Jody Finkel helping out over there, number 19. And then I know Joey Lopez getting some action in the secondary. We see Jackson Lopez as well. Apologies for all the times I'm probably going to get those two swapped up, as don't even have the guys in the camera frame right now. Apologies. And I'm going to do my best to make sure I fire off a quick little write-up for this story, too, if you guys wanted to. Make sure to pass it on to anybody who wants a recap of the game. Won't be like crazy in depth. We're not getting old sports editor Turner Bluffus, but you know what? You guys get set up for me telling you he scored at least. I'll put that on our website, kbmwnews.com. I'm sure Robert will do the same. And a nice chunk gain there for Benson.
Yeah, that one fooled me again a little bit, Turner, with the kind of the misdirection, trap play almost.
I hate to sound like I'm trying to act like I could be the guy doing this, but I don't know if maybe we jumped the gun just a little bit on maybe getting a lot of guys in. Maybe it would be good to just start with a couple guys, but maybe I missed a couple guys drive, and then all of a sudden it's gradually built up to now where it's about half the guys out there aren't starters, at least half. I think the whole secondary is reserves, I believe, but anyway, let's work with what we got as Benson is trying to do the same, and they're going to get a pass completion out on the flats. Unless they're saying hit the ground. Nope. Pass completed. Joey Lopez on the coverage. Seeing some good coverage here by the Breckenridge secondary.
Yeah, not a lot of room after they catch the ball. So usually they're getting tackled right away if they are completing passes.
Cooper Roberts, the lone star in the guy making the big play in the secondary because he plays linebacker, but making a nice pick there in this game. Benson looking to keep this drive moving forward. They got a 2nd and 4. Little misdirection counter, and Breckenridge had it sniffed out, but just didn't finish the play. And we got another flag on the play. There weren't any penalties almost the whole game, it seemed like. And then second half, everything just kind of started popping off. Banged up Benson Brave on the field.
I think someone might have got a little bit of his face mask there in the pile, but I think he's down for cramping because they're looking at his legs.
Well, wishing you a. Yep, you're right. Face mask. So Benson's drive continues to chug along, and they're actually going to be getting into the red zone potentially here, or knocking on the door of it. But we'll take a quick break here as they take care of this injured player. You are listening to Breckenridge Football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, all part of the I3G Sports Network. We'll be back shortly.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Camp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Camp Construction in Wapton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948. Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Back as the Breckenridge Cowboys have a 49-14 lead over the Benson Braves. Benson has just entered the red zone and are looking to make a play here, and they do. A fantastic grab there inside the 5 on a jump ball, and Benson is in the end zone once again. We got to see who hauled that one in. Apologies if I got the wrong player. I want to say that was number 5, though, Tanner Nelson. Making the contested grab for the 18-yard TD. $2:24 left to go in this third quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 49-20 now your score. And we get our first extra point attempt from Braves. Here in their third touchdown of the game. First one scored by a player not named Adrian Young. And extra point is blocked, and we got a 49-20 score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Take a quick break. Are listening to Breckenridge Football on their season opener as they lead 49-20 here in the third quarter.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wapton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
92.7 is Indiana Bellevue, Breckenridge, Washington. All the hits from 2 p.m. today.
And welcome back after that 18-yard touchdown toss. We got a 49-20 Breckenridge lead here against the Benson Braves. After Breckenridge got off to a 35-6 lead in the opening quarter. And Charlie Craychaw going to haul in this one. Looking for some room to run on the right side. Following his blockers to the 35. And I feel for this PA announcer. And if you haven't heard us referencing this roster all game, it was very nice that they had a roster, but Downside is one of the players got doubled up on. There was a slight spelling miscalculation there, and everybody else after the number 10 is one off now. So if your number's 20, if your number's 18, you're listed at 19. If your number's 20, you're listed at 21, so on. So I feel bad for the announcer. Just know that if you hear conflicting names, maybe believe me. I don't always say that, but in this case, Jordan Kappas is going to be doing the QB duties from now on and hands it off to Joey Lopez. And Joey Lopez, about a 20-yard scoot, second carry of the day.
Yeah, nice run by Joey. That was made a couple guys miss and a big gain.
Him and Avery Smith are a couple ball carriers that Breckenridge saw some promise in some late game situation, or in some kind of games already put away situations. It wasn't always blowouts technically, but you know what I mean. Garbage time. Yeah, it's got a bad connotation to it. But 150 remaining here in the third quarter. 49-20 Breckenridge lead, and this time Benson's going to take quick work of that. Jordan Kappas maybe getting a yard or two. Kappas with a 1-yard gain. And Breckenridge now on the Benson 43. Aiden Sanchez split out wide. They're going to go with a handoff to Lawson Oliphant. Oliphant bouncing it out to the left side. And look at that ball carrier vision. Off the left sideline. They're going to try to tackle him before he gets in. Breckenridge looking for another horse collar. They're not going to get it. Oliphant down inside the 10. Back into the red zone they go.
Yeah, he did tackle him high, Turner, but I do think he got his shoulder pad more of the collar area. So I think that the refs made the right call on that one.
See where they down him at. Hard to see from this angle.
The scoreboard says the 3, but
I trust him.
trust him enough.
That guy sure looks close to the 5. We'll say the 4. Compromise. 4 yards out. We'll see if they go with Oliphant again. No, they're going to have Jordan Kappas throw this onto the flats where it's going to be caught and a touchdown. Is that Joey Lopez?
I think it was Ernst on that one, Turner.
Ernst hauling it in. 13, not 23. About a
kind of hard to see on the far side.
So we got
another new name to the touchdown board.
Yeah, both of the Kappas boys getting to throw a TD pass today as well. Don't always see the reserves kind of get a chance to open it up and throw a TD. But hauled in by the new tight end, Connor Ernst, or wherever they got him. Yeah, it looks like tight end. Now a 56-20 score. And they're going to try to go for a 2-point conversion here. And looks like Benson's going to keep him out. So they're not going to try to keep Eggeman's PAT streak going. So 55-20 is your score as we have 23.7 seconds left in the third quarter. You are listening to Breck Football on B92.7 FM.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wahpeton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Eggeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
What if you could store heat during off-peak hours when electric prices are lowest and use it when you need it? With a heat storage system, you can. Underfloor systems and other options heat your whole home or individual rooms so you can stay comfortable and safe. Plus, they're at least 100% efficient, so no energy or dollars are wasted. With Otter Tail Power Company rebates, now's the time to see how you can store, heat, and save. Go to otpco.com/heat storage to get started.
92.7 is KDMW Breckenridge Wappiton. All the hits from 2 p.m. today.
We got a 55-20 score with 23 seconds left in the third quarter. Wouldn't be surprised if this is the last play we see in the third quarter, unless there's an incomplete pass, of course. Benson Braves have gotten 2 touchdowns here in the second half. One of them was a 33-yard pitch and catch to Adrian Young. We had an 18-yard grab as well. That one, I believe, was by Tanner Nelson. My eyes don't deceive me. Apologies. Yeah, Tanner Nelson. And going outside, the left side for a solid rush. So they're going with number 28. Was Ethan Tollefson. Gavin Hopper laying a nice little pop there into that run.
Looks like enough for a first down. They still got a lot of their starters in here heading into the fourth quarter, and got a lot of some of our younger guys in.
I'm trying to see. I don't know if any of the defensive starters are still out there. Doesn't look like it, but that'll do it for the third quarter, and we'll loop back with a 55-20 score when we resume the final quarter of play. You are listening to Breckenridge Cowboys football on B92.7 FM.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or at every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
$55-20 is your score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge in command of this one, elected to bring in a plethora of reserves. I know some years it's kind of a bummer that the guys don't get into the game till like week 3 or 4 or even 6 or 7 some years if you get enough close games, but it's kind of nice when you can kind of pencil one in for sure for the year, the season opener, as got a big chunk gain there. This is where, the discipline, that you kind of lose from the starting defense. This is a tough offense to go up against, as we were I was just talking about how I don't really love this offense, but as far as if you can get a defense that's not exactly super experienced and disciplined, on the reads,
Yeah, and maybe they haven't got a lot of looks at it at practice because some of these teams run.
Yeah.
So it is a much more difficult, especially if you're not getting that good look, which these guys
Yep.
probably were given to the defense throughout the week.
And they've probably been working first game of the year. It seems like you usually work on that foe for like 3 weeks. So that the starting D is coached up for sure. And this is it. That's an offense you got to be disciplined against. That is for sure. So Gonna make sure to keep up with it here in quarter number 4. Breckenridge once again leading 55-20. Built a 35-6 lead in the opening quarter, as we've mentioned throughout the broadcast, and looked like Breckenridge was about to be the highest scoring team in the state for a second there, but Benson, give him credit, kind of come out and shown some life here.
Yeah, I mean they made some nice adjustments to try to get back in the game and try hit some big plays, which is really kind of hurt the Cowboys today. But other than that, they've been really solid.
When it all snowballed to 28-0 off the bat, it felt like it was never going to get better for Benson. So much improved for sure. As a very nice cut there, and now looking to get to the edge for another touchdown. And this time around, it's going to be number 1 Connor Stein. 55-26 now your score after the Stein scamper from 26 yards out. 26 yards to make it 26 points for Benson. Fitting. Here with 10:04 left to go in the fourth quarter. Stein made one-man miss with a really nice cut. And just got to the right corner for the rest.
Yeah, another one of their starting running backs in there still. So either we took our guys out too soon or they're keeping theirs in too long. I don't know.
Call that 29-yard rush, I think. Yeah, we'll go with that. And now going for 2 once again. And, kind of a little, is that a handoff into a pop pass?
I couldn't see Turner. It was right behind the bean for me.
I think I took the off through that, but I could be wrong. It was just that well done. But the 2-point conversion is good. We got a 55-28 score as Benson not going away just yet. Here in the season opener, you're listening to Breckenridge Cowboys football on B92.7 FM.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, providing grain and agronomy services to help maximize your farm's potential. Red River Grain has been serving farmers for years with competitive prices and high-quality service. Speak to Brad, Carson, or Tammy for all of your grain and agronomy needs. Red River Grain, East Breckenridge, 643-3738. That's 643-3738, or you can find them online at redrivergrain.com.
Make sure your vehicle is road trip ready and save big at Smith Motors in Wapaton. Receive up to $40 in rebates on select brake rotors and brake pads. Up to $30 in rebates on select wipers. Up to $20 in rebates on select batteries. And up to $15 in rebates on engine and cabin air filters. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wapaton. For more savings, visit them online at smithmotors.com.
And welcome back. We got a 55-28 score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard as Benson's still able to get some points on the board here. Get some Breckenridge backups. That's some important context. As technically the Breckenridge starting unit, like collectively all 11 starters out there before they started mixing in some subs, have not given up any points today. The kickoff team gave up the first touchdown, and then it was actually, some of the backups were on the field for all 3 of the offensive touchdowns. So, especially the last two. The last 2 were against the entire backup units, but the first offensive touchdown came against a few backups out there. Got behind the secondary and see what Breckenridge has got for this last 10 minutes here of their season opener. Going with the second string offense again, Jordan Kappas just got his first career touchdown pass. Connor Ernst hauling in his first TD grab. And handing off to Oliphant. Going on the right side for a gain of maybe 5 or 6. And I'm a little surprised that Lawson's still getting some action here in the backfield. He'll get a break.
There he comes out. Yep.
gonna say, does he got like a quota he's got to get to or something like that? Did you guarantee him 10 carries or something?
I'm not sure on that one. Still making some nice runs though.
So why are you taking me out, coach? About a 5-yard scoot. Breckenridge seems like they haven't had the ball too much here. They got the ball with a short field the last couple times, so they kind of got it done in a hurry as Joey Lopez looking to cut through and making one man miss, makes another man miss. That's enough for the first down. But gain of maybe about 7 on the play. Yeah, 7-yard gain for Lopez, who I have for 29 yards so far on 3 carries. Benson Braves trailing 55-28 here on their home field in their season opener. Just built this new press box. Big fan. Until it's still under construction, but I mean, it's a very nice press box still. It's going to be a great one. And a fumble in the backfield. Jordan Kappas able to get on it. Jordan Kappas.
Yeah, nice job by Jordan, just jumping on it and living to play another down.
You'll get credit for the loss on that one, unfortunately, but made the right play. Still a 27-point lead for the Cowboys. We're going to say lost 6 yards on that. Apologies. Kappas working out of the gun. Taking their sweet time, letting some clock burn down. Hands it off to Lopez, who goes on the left side. And look how quick he takes that handoff and gets to work. Lopez showing the nice open field moves and it's tackled near the sideline. So I like how you tackle, buddy. I'll help you up.
Yeah, he is quick. He runs hard and he's fast and can run through some tackles as well.
I'd heard some good things from some guys who had seen them play, or had watched them practice, and they said it's going to be tough to be getting lost in some touches here because Joey's definitely going to demand some too. It's like, oh shoot, it's good touch you have. Oh yeah, exactly.
Especially a running back, we can
and fast ones
get beat up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I'll take a few fast running backs as like my as my backup plan.
Yeah,
like
change
fantastic.
pace, guys.
Yep. Spoil of riches potentially for this Breckenridge offense as might have jinxed it there a little bit there as Jordan Kappas was not able to get on that fumble, it looks like, and recovered by the Braves.
Shoot.
And another tough break there for the Cowboys. I believe their second turnover of the day. First was the other Kappas. Jordan Kappas had by the Kappas, apologies, had the interception. Then Jordan Kappas I wasn't able to corral that fumble. We got a 55-28 ball game, and Benson takes a timeout. This timeout brought to you by High Camp Construction. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You are listening to Breckenridge Cowboys football.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains #1 today.
You know, Mom and Dad's favorite season is autumn. Crisp air, changing leaves, and a cozy life at Twin Town Villa.
That's for sure. Since they moved into Twin Town Villa, the change has been amazing.
Yeah, they're so relaxed and comfortable.
And we've got the peace of mind, knowing that they're surrounded by kindness and security.
That's a great warm feeling as the weather gets cooler.
When the decision moves towards assisted living, fall into caring comfort.
It's not an easy decision, but at Twin Town Villa, it's the best decision all around. No matter what the season, you're never alone at Twin Town Villa.
OSPTI promotes specialized and extended training of therapists to better treat orthopedic injuries. OSPTI offers pool therapy to promote early return to activity and sport training, and also can enhance and challenge return to sport conditions. OSPTI promotes wellness progression with aftercare programs and programs open to the public, such as return to sport training, athletic enhancement, adult fitness classes, gym and pool memberships, and aquatic exercise classes for a patient to continue their wellness journey. Start your wellness journey by calling OSPTI today, 218-641-7725.
Going off tackle on the left side, going to get a few yards as Benson takes over near their own 35. Try to shout out some more Cowboys here, getting some varsity tick as Owen Bogenreef getting some action out there. Apologies if get the numbers a little off here. It's kind of bizarre because like all of a sudden they go back to being right at the bottom. I don't know where the wires got crossed there, where somehow it corrected itself, but. It's a funny world we live in. But anyways, Owen Bogenreef most definitely out there. Number 75.
Looks like number 3, Paxton Yegi also. He's in at safety.
We're excited to see what his career is going to hold for Breckenridge for sure. Heard good things about a lot of these freshmen. Same with Brock Somerville, number 4. Heard good things about him. Maybe a little bit more so in basketball. Heard a lot of really good things about him in basketball. Everybody already knows he's a stud golfer, but got Jackson Lopez out there getting some run in the secondary. 57. And I want to say that one's Rylan Davis. This is bizarre.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's right.
As the You know what I should have done, Steve? Should have just been drawing the lines to these guys. You know?
That's true.
You know what? I can't believe my diploma was signed, but they signed that bad boy for a reason, Steve.
We can read. We can read. It's just
I ain't no dummy. I graduated. I just by the skin of my teeth, but I did it. Oh, anyways, we got Michael Rogan. Gonna make sure to shout him out if we see him as I go through the roster here, because I really have no idea how they eventually like kind of got back to getting the right numbers here. Well, strange, but going off tackle here. And leg tackle in the secondary. Number 3, Paxton Yagi. Older brother Cooper. Very accomplished Breckenridge Cowboy, 4-year starter at QB. Might be the only 4-year starter at QB in school history. Now that I think of it. I don't know anybody else has done it, as Owen Bogenreef looks like he's going to hobble off the field. Keaton Butts as well.
We'll have to check the record book, Turner.
Yeah, right. Somewhat of a record book. There's like a big, lot of asterisks in there. 55-28 here with 4:15 left to go in quarter number 4 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge looking to move to 1-0 on the year here in Benson. Just trying to take care of these last 4 minutes, but are having a hard time keeping these rushers bottled up here in the closing quarter, but see what Benson has in store. And I forgot I was going to make sure to go check out the rest of the schedule for Breckenridge on the year. As they lead 55-28 in Benson. Breckenridge will be playing 5 single-A opponents this year, along with a trio of double-A teams. Power T lineup and misdirection handoff, and nobody around. That is going to look to get tripped up. Paxton Yagi keeping a touchdown off the board. Coming up clutch as Benson gets into the ready red zone. And that's the stuff the coaches love to see, that effort. Be able to keep points off the board even in a game that's pretty lopsided. It was always kind of fun, like on preview night, who would, kind of all of a sudden do something crazy, and it's just like, well, that guy might have just won a spot on the kickoff team. I think that might have been Paxton's. He might have just won a spot on the kickoff team if he's not already there. 55-28. Breckenridge once again in the lead. Benson trying to get one more here, and they will be close. Looks like they're down inside the 5. And that schedule, as I keep getting sidetracked, they head to Parker's Prairie next. Breckenridge going to look to try to avenge last year's playoff loss. It'll be in Breckenridge. They got back-to-back home games next. Frazee coming to town after that, one of their AA foes. And then they'll bump over to Wadena. They'll head to Wadena. Back to Breck for a matchup with OTC, who's back in Single A this year. We've got Lake Park Audubon, New York Mills after that, and Monaga, AA foe. So Monaga, Frazee, and Wadena, the 2A teams. Rest of that, pretty normal Single A competition. Familiar foes. Benson, an unfamiliar foe, but getting more familiar as the day goes on, and they got another touchdown. Gotta see who this ended up being. Not sure who got that one. Only the officials were going to tell us that over there.
Yeah, that'd be great. Help us out with the numbers a little bit.
That's probably my other biggest gripe with this cloud of dust stuff. Keeping track of stats is so hard. I don't even know who has the ball half the time. The worst offense, though, Steve, I wish I had footage of it to truly try to get across how insane it was. The Beulah Miners.
Really?
They run the craziest offense I've ever seen in my life, where they literally, like, they'll set up, this is one play they'll run. They won't do anything like this all game. All of a sudden, they'll come up, they'll have a quarterback who looks like he's, like, holding, like, an extra point holder, but he's next to the fullback. And then the fullback will take it, and then other times they have like a guy line up behind the guard and like catch the snap. It's the craziest offense I've ever seen in my life. It was anxiety inducing, but you better run down by people who actually played against it. But it was
Ooh, nice play by number 57 there.
yeah. Let's try to double check. If we got a number on that one. Keaton Butts or is
Ryland Davis potentially?
Yeah. Once again, yep, Ryland Davis. There you go. I lined up, but Ryland Davis making the nice play there, and after keeping that 2-point conversion out of the end zone, we got a 55-34 score. You are listening to Breckenridge Cowboys football on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, all part of the i3G Sports Network.
Sometimes it pays to have all your eggs in one basket, especially if the eggs need to be insured by a company you can trust, like Nodak Insurance Company. The more you insure with Nodak Insurance, the more you save. Protect your home, vehicles, business, and everything you care about at a price that won't break you. Ask Carson Zarek about multi-line discounts. Give him a call at 701-642-9251. Nodak Insurance Company. Agents with answers.
And welcome back as we have a 55-34 score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And one of those things where the score is definitely not going to reflect what kind of a game this really was, as Breckenridge kind of asserted their dominance, pulled the starters, and that's when the Braves offense kind of came alive. 3 of the touchdowns, at least, coming against entire backup defenses, and this will not be returned by Joey Lopez.
It's awesome to see some of those young guys get in there and get some time as well. So
Head coach Carson Yeage's going to put this in the starters' hands, though, to kneel this one out. I don't know if they got I don't think they got to be moving the sticks at all. Maybe get 1 first down, or is that even needed?
I don't think so.
I'm never good with the math. Because if it's 40 seconds every time, right? So it's 40, and then
It's either 40 or 25 after the ball is spotted. I can't remember. It's different at every level, too, so it's hard to keep track.
No, they're in the victory formation, so they should be all right. I think it's 40.
We'll leave the math up to Coach Yagi.
And taking the snap, hurting his rushing average. It's going to be Jordan Kappas, or Riley Kappas, apologies. We're going to be doing that all year. Every blowout, at least, I'm just going to start swapping the Kappases. If Preston gets a shout out, that's how you know my mind is completely gone. Shout out to Cap, my fellow 5. Cap, you got to make sure to shout out Levi Christensen if you see him out in person, part of the Five Brotherhood.
It is brotherhood. That's right.
Smalls, of course, gonna show him some love. Jamie Jacklish, Mellon. Remember Mellon wore 5?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He had crazy good hands. Him and Bry, they were both. I think it was a toss-up. Let's see. Well, what does he lose on these? Loses like 3 yards every time he takes a knee on this.
He's got some to spare today, Jordan, with those 3 touchdowns.
I'd be
Still not fair, but
I'd be tight. I would not be happy if I had to literally take like 6 yards out of mine. Oh, whatever. He's a better teammate than I am. But Riley Kappas, after a couple kneel downs, we got a 55-34 final. They maybe have to do one more. Are they good? They're gonna let him go.
yeah.
They said, "All right, boys, you can go home now." So 55-34, your final. Breckenridge Cowboys 1-0 on the year in 2025. We'll take a quick break, come back with your post-game show brought to you by Miller Realty. You are listening to Breckenridge Football once again on B92.7 FM.
Is insurance just a monthly payment to you? If so, remember why it's really there to protect the life you love. Choose a company that sees you more than a policy number. When you work with a country financial rep, you get more out of your insurance. More personalized home and car coverage to protect what matters most to you. More guidance without all the industry jargon. And more confidence that the real person will show up if something goes wrong. I'm Casey Formnak, your country rep here in the Wahpeton area. I care about people in this community, and I'll take the time to get to know you so I can help protect you and your family. Call me at 701-353-6071 to experience more. Again, that's 701-353-6071.
Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Now's the time to get those orders in at Gripper Sports Store. Ask about hats and the sublimation they can offer to make sure your baseball or softball jerseys have never looked better. Or maybe you need some summer apparel for your business. Gripper Sports Store has you covered there as well. Stop into Gripper Sports Store on Dakota Avenue in Wahpeton.
Sometimes it pays to have all your eggs in one basket, especially if the eggs need to be insured by a company you can trust, like Nodak Insurance Company. The more you insure with Nodak Insurance, the more you save. Protect your home, vehicles, business, and everything you care about at a price that won't break you. Ask Carson Zarek about multi-line discounts. Give him a call at 701-642-9251. Nodak Insurance Company. Agents with answers.
Fifty-five 34, your final here in Benson. Breckenridge Cowboys coming up with the victory and jumped out to a big lead in the first quarter. I believe when let's see what the score was when they decided to hang it up for the starters on the day. I believe they had a 49-14 cushion when they took their foot off the gas. Yep, after Riley Kappas' last touchdown with 6:52 left, they pulled the defense, and Benson in the last 2:24 of the third quarter and after, they put 3 touchdowns on the board. So 55-34 result, obviously, but definitely not indicative of how lopsided this truly was. But the Kappas got the party started with a 3-yard rushing touchdown. Charlie Eggeman, you just got to know every time that kid went out for a kick, he booted through the uprights. Granted, one time it did get blocked, but he got a redo on it since there was penalties. So on paper, he was perfect on the day. So just know that for all of these touchdowns, with the exception of the last one. But Lawson Alvin scored next from 29 yards out to make it a 14-0 game. Gabe Armitage scooped up a fumble to make it a 21-0 game with 4:06 left to go. Right after that, Cooper Roberts snagging a pick and then snagging a TD as well, 29-yard grab. And then with the ensuing kickoff, it was run to the house from 85 yards out by Adrian Young. And then with 1:07 left, David Erlinson breaking free for his lone score of the day from 64 yards out. 35-6 was your score after one quarter, and I'm very surprised by how the score ended up after that. But once again, context is everything. But Riley Kappas getting his second score of the day with 9:24 left in the third quarter after a scoreless second quarter by both teams. Made it 42-6 with the Eggman kick. A 33-yard touchdown catch from Adrian Young made it a 42-14 game. Kappas went in for score number 3 on the day. 49-14 was the score, and then 18-yard touchdown from apologies, gotta make sure to double check that. I believe that was Tanner Nelson hauling that one in, and then Connor Lawrence coming back with the final Breckenridge touchdown of the night to make it 55-20. Actually caught that from Jordan Kappas, so gotta make sure to clarify my Kappases there. That's a tongue twister. But then our final touchdown was a 29-yard TD from Connor Stein to wrap it up. Or maybe there was one more after that. Apologies, but we didn't get the rusher on that one. So there's one more. I guess there's 4
That was a
touchdowns.
tough one, yeah.
There's 4 touchdowns scored on the defense there. So once again, kind of context there, but Benson was able to get one more TD. Breckenridge knelt it out, and 55-34 your final. And your State Farm Star Report, brought to you by the local State Farm agents, Matt and Amanda Frederick, has David Erlinson as the leading rusher on the day. 161 yards, had 151 at the half. Only had 1 carry in the second half. Got the 10 yards, obviously, on only 11 carries, 161. And then Riley Kappas, I got him for 2 for 7 on the day, 36 yards passing, or apologies, 3 for 8. Forgot he had that 20-yard completion in the second half, so 56 yards on the day for him. Jordan Kappas with 1 completion on 1 attempt for 3 yards, and that was hauled in by Connor Ernst for the touchdown. Trevor Roberts, leading receiver, 2 grabs, 49 yards. Levi Christensen, 1 catch for 7 yards to move the chains on that one nice grab. Joey Lopez ended up with 44 yards. Lawson Oliphant ended up with 36 and a score, of course. And then Riley Kappas, as we had mentioned, had the 3 touchdowns. And did I miss one of those when I was over?
I think we missed one of the long ones.
Yeah, I think I did. Because, I missed 2 of his long ones because I was putting them on here. So we missed 55 of those yards. Silly me. Still early on in the year. So give him 9 carries for 80 yards. That's a lot better. I was going to say, how does he only have 25 yards on here? But I'm not very good at my job. Here we go. 9 carries for 80 yards for Riley Kappas and 3 scores. And then also threw a touchdown pass. And let's see what else we got. We already said Roberts had an interception. Gabe Armitage with a fumble recovery that he ran for a touchdown. Henry Sledadall had a sack in the game. And I think we got all the real stat tidbits that they'd want. But we'll take a quick break and come back with a few takeaways from the game, as well as your play of the game, which is brought to you by Red River Agency and Breckenridge, as well as your player of the game, brought to you by Essentia Health. You're listening to the Miller Realty Postgame Show on B92.7 FM, also watching it on YouTube at KBMW News Live. And once again, this is all part of the I3G Sports Network.
Is insurance just a monthly payment to you? If so, remember why it's really there. To protect the life you love. Choose a company that sees you more than a policy number. When you work with a country financial rep, you get more out of your insurance. More personalized home and car coverage to protect what matters most to you. More guidance without all the industry jargon. And more confidence that a real person will show up if something goes wrong. I'm Casey Formnak, your country rep here in the Wahpeton area. I care about people in this community, and I'll take the time to get to know you so I can help protect you and your family. Call me at 701-353-6071 to experience more. Again, that's 701-353-6071.
Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
Welcome back to your Miller Realty post-game show on B92.7 FM and live streaming on YouTube at KBMW News Live, part of the I3G Sports Network. And it is time now for your play of the game, as well as your player of the game, part of the Miller Realty post-game show. Before I do that, I thought we would do another loop back to the, the keys to the game. You can revisit them, on how we thought they kind of did on that. And then we do our keys to the game as far as like what the actual takeaways ended up being, the objective, what happened out there. So I was saying that the defense needed to kind of set the tone in this game. Like to think they did, especially Henry Sledadall kind of hammering that point home. And then offensively, maybe wasn't the greatest day from the passing game. Granted, the second half they didn't have a whole lot of time to, a whole lot of attempts to work it out. But we saw some promising things for sure. Some guys getting behind the secondary and being able to make them pay. What do you think that you saw in the passing game that you were encouraged by here in the opener, Steve?
Yeah, absolutely. And even if we're just missing some of those completions by a couple yards, nothing to be too concerned about here the first game. But I think it still keeps the defense more honest. Um, just so they have it in the back of their head. They can't just sell out on the run. And I think that also reflects on how well we were able to run the ball today. So I love the play calling with that. Obviously, with the lopsided score a little bit, you don't want to sit and call too many pass plays. But with just airing it out, even some of those you missed on, um, just kept us more successful on the ground.
I love to see how explosive the offense could be today. One of those things that maybe in a few weeks we won't be thinking about it as much. We might be thinking, oh, that was against Benson, but right now, like just looking at this one game that we got, I saw some really good things. A lot of guys that can bust a big play, and so I think that explosive factor is going to carry over for this Breckenridge offense going forward. And people are going to look at the final score, see the 34 points. Let's once again revisit that for context. Kick return for one of them, so that wasn't on the starting defense. They just started working in some subs, and one of the subs, ended up giving up a long ball for a touchdown. And then it was all subs for the last 3 touchdowns. So, the starting defense can basically know that they did their job at least before they had to call it a day. But credit to Benson for continue to play hard till the end. Giving those guys some momentum to build off of. And I know they get a lot of guys back next week too, because they had a lot of guys out this week that they'll be able to get back next week. So watch out for Benson, maybe coming off of their first playoff win in like over a decade, I think, or maybe
Really?
I think it was maybe even 20. I get them mixed up because they want to get their. I think they're shooting for their first winning season in 20 years. But last year they got their first playoff win in over a decade. So I should be flipping those back and forth. Like maybe yeah. But anyways, excited to see what Coach Stockbach does with the program, of course. And this is going to be a team we're going to see more of over the years. But before we do the play of the game, or before we do the play of the game and the player of the game, if you got any kind of final thoughts on just what we saw from this Breckenridge team and how you think that they established their identity for the 2025 year.
No, I think heading into the locker room, Coach Yeagy's going to be extremely happy with the just the team as a whole.
Yeah.
You have those little things, having to burn a timeout with not having the right personnel in the field, missing alignment, stuff like that is bound to happen this first game. I was actually really impressed with it. They looked organized, they looked ready, and just taking care of the little things as a whole. I think is a way we can see them improve. Um, so I think he's gonna have a lot more positives than negatives, but like you'd expect, there's ways that this team can continue to improve, and that is always a good thing. Striving for that perfection that you'll never achieve, but it'll be as close as you can as possible.
Putting 55 points on the board in your opener and your starters barely were, even trying to score in the second half. So that's a real testament to maybe what we're going to see from this Breckenridge offense going forward. And, David Erlinson, like I said, the expectations are really high this year. And only scored 1 touchdown today, but 161 on 11 carries. Fantastic outing for him. So watch out for him going forward, everybody. We got to see little glimpses of it today. I'm excited to see how they're going to build off of it next week against Parker's Prairie. Once again, a team that they're looking to get a nice rematch against, and we'll see what Breckenridge has in store for them. But let's do the play of the game. Brought to you by Red River Agency, your hometown agents in Breckenridge. Make sure to give them a call for all of your needs play of the game. And let's see what we got for options here. What I'm actually going to go with is the 20-yard scoop and score from Gabe Armitage. I love me a defensive score. That whenever you can get one that's just kind of a shot in the arm for everybody, every single unit. Because then the defense gets come out and try to do it again right after, so that's always fun. And then the offense is kind of itching to get back up there, so they got a little bit of a delay. But I think that Gabe's touchdown was just huge on that one, and kind of it made it a 3-score game and kind of solidified how lopsided this was going to be. But you got to pick, Steve. If you wanna pick one out, maybe you want to go with one of the scoring plays, or maybe if there's one that happened that did, maybe end up at any points that stood out for you. I'm trying to think of. We didn't see any like crazy grabs today that I know of, but
No, I think Gabe's scoop and score
that was
was
awesome.
huge,
Yeah.
and then following that up with I'm going to pick two plays back to back with Cooper
Mhm.
with the interception right into the touchdown. Those big game changing plays really just you can build on that momentum and kind of take the wind out of their sails a little bit, which give Benson credit. I didn't really feel like they ever did stop playing hard.
No.
But the Cowboys were just a little too much for him tonight.
For sure, and that kind of went with my my kickoff theory. It kind of feeds off of each other. Where who gets a pick, you want to reward him because I'd be the most predictable coach ever. Being, well, that kid's got the hot hand, so we know what Coach Bluffs is going to do. Here comes the post corner, but so that's going to be our pick for play of the game. With the game one being kind of the front runner, but Cooper obviously with that stretch too. Cooper did that little stretch alone could have been enough for player of the game, but I know Riley's probably going to get some other shots of this. But you know what? We're going to go with him week one. Can't help ourselves. 4 total touchdowns. Tossed one to Cooper Roberts. He did have the one interception, but we're gonna overlook that one a little bit. Actually, my apologies. Yes. He did have the 4 total touchdowns. I was scared I accidentally gave Jordan's passing touchdown to him. That would have made 5. But Kappa's boys doing their part for getting in on 5 of the 8 touchdowns. But like I said, Riley Kappa scoring 3 times on the ground. I have him for 9 carries, 80 yards. Good thing we went and checked those scoring runs and got those added on there. 3 touchdowns on the ground, like we said, 1 through the air, 56 yards passing on a 3 for 8 day. Heck of an outing from Riley Kappas, and maybe this is going to be the first sign we see of a really good junior year from him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone has that in mind for Riley, especially him getting to flash his running ability, breaking out some big runs. I thought he did a nice job of getting the offense in the right formation, snapping the ball on time, all those little things that don't show up on the stat book, but are super important for a quarterback as you're taking over as the starter and can be a little trickier to navigate in your earlier start. So I thought he did a really nice job overall.
And Coach Yagi mixes in a little bit more pre-snap motion than past coaches have. So I think that it's high school football. So I know that a lot of people are like, Turner, you could probably figure out how to do that yourself. But I'm just saying, like, when it's first game of the year, that's just another thing that's like maybe a little thing that could end up being another variable that's too much. But I think that, like you said, he was a good game manager today. Kept everybody on track. Got his receivers just a few touches. Maybe we'll see them open up the playbook a little bit more going forward. But play of the game once again. Shared with Gabe Armitage as well as Cooper Roberts, and then followed by player of the game. Riley Kappas taking that one home. Player of the game brought to you by Essentia Health here with you. So that will do it for our Miller Realty post-game show. Very much appreciate all of you for tuning in. Steve, I appreciate you for hopping on the broadcast. That was fun, my man. And one of your brothers didn't get tossed out of the game this time.
That's always a good day when I'm up here and that happens. So
I have to say that before I knew Daniel was like out of the area, so that I didn't
that's
get
right.
jumped when I got into my car. So,
You keep him in another zip code for while you say that one.
but I shall. But I appreciate you hopping on, man. It's going to be fun to follow the team this year. If you make it back for any other games, feel free to hop on, and we'll see what other former Cowboys I can talk into doing this. I was trying to get my man Jack Heitman to do some color because Kevin's a fantastic color guy back in his day. So I thought Jack could kind of maybe carry the torch there. But you know what? I'm actually really happy at why he turned me down. You know why? Because Jack is officiating this fall. He's doing
Really?
some officiating, and that is very important. All of you folks out there that like maybe you're looking for a reason to be at some games, and maybe you want to get paid to be at some games. We need more officials out here in the area. I want my kids to have officials for games. Sorry, there's a weird side tangent I didn't expect to go into for our Miller Realty post game show, but just wanted to show Jack some love there and maybe give some other guys a nudge to try out officiating. Not that I would do it myself because I second guess everything I do. You guys hear me on the broadcast talking to myself, so you guys know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So if you guys are supposed to be officiating out there, get out there and make sure that these kids can play some games so we can get more Breckenridge Cowboys games like this. 55-34 your final here in Benson. Turner Office wrapping up along with Steven Erlinson. Thanks for hopping on again, Steve.
Hey, thanks, Turner, for having me. Oh, fun as always. So,
Let's see.
another big Cowboys win, but most importantly,
Yeah, we're usually in a good mood after the wins. It seems like us fair weather fans, but that'll do it for us once again. You've been listening to the Miller Realty Post Game Show on B92.7 FM, and make sure to also go check this out on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel if you guys would like to, or on our website, kbmwnews.com. If you guys would like to check out any of the recaps that we have on this, we'll make sure to get all the scores in there. And then obviously the Giant Sports Show as well. Please make sure to tune in for that, folks. We'd love to have you. We'll have Coach Gilbertson leading it off at 9 a.m., followed by Coach Yagi, and then Coach Wilson. Coach Wilson, I'm still calling her Coach Wilson. Coach Kruger from the Breck volleyball team will also be joining us. So we'll catch all of you there. And then we'll be following up with our Twin Town Breakdown podcast, debuting at 10 o'clock. So a lot of fun stuff going on, a lot of great football going on. And appreciate all of you for joining along for the ride. You've been listening to Miller Realty Post Game Show and Breckenridge Cowboys football. Cowboys 1-0 with a 55-34 win.
Tonight's Breckenridge football game was brought to you by Breckenridge Public Schools, Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Country Financial Agent Casey Formanek, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Ripper Sports Store, Hike Camp Construction, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, Nodak Insurance Agent Carson Zarek, Optimum Rehab, Ottertail Power Company, OSPTI, Quality Toyota, Ready, Red River Agency, Red River Grain, Smith Motors, State Farm Agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Superior Builders, Titan Machinery, and Quintown Villa. Be sure to go to kbmwnews.com for a complete updated list of future broadcasts and video streams. And make sure to catch the Giants Sports Show every Saturday at 9 a.m. Thanks for listening.